Thank you very much. We'll come back to you after the game. Kyle?
Earthshaker, the great equalizer. It's the only big concern I've got. Like, this hero just doesn't seem to lose games. And, you know, I think Secret, their mid game is just
They get to that tier 3 with confidence. Like, they got this Timbersaw and Mars.
they're getting through tier 2s, man.
Okay, but there we go. That's the point.
Wow, a lot of
Big insane.
confidence here for for Team Secret taking the first game. We're gonna find out if that is indeed what is going to happen, or perhaps Liquid can surprise us here. Let's head over to our commentary duo of OD Pixel and Fog.
Yes, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Team Secret versus Team Liquid. I'm OD Pixel here with Fogs. We've just seen the 2 drafts, all very exciting. We're getting a Matumba Man Lone Druid to close it up from Secret, and that Boxy Timbersaw coming in as the last pick from Liquid. I mean, as the panel said, it seems like Liquid, they're going to want to bring the fights, but it seems like Secret's got a lineup that's happy to meet them.
Yeah, it should be a really chaotic and battle-y game. And as the panel was saying, you know, Secret, they double down to counteract this puck. So Taiga is the one who's going to be playing it, and we see a lot of these shifts of positions in which heroes are going to be played where. And also to point out, the time that Liquid did actually beat Team Secret, both games were with Timbersaw. That's just a little fun fact. But
well, there you go. And I mean, this game in particular, again, you know, it being the last pick, you got to feel that Liquid's kind of figured out that this is a good game for the Timbersaw. And when you look at Secret's lineup, do you sort of feel it's a pretty powerful end to their draft?
Looks pretty strong versus like these long fights where he's going to be able to thrive because he's going to survive and do all this damage, and he's versus this Kunkka core. Could be pretty good. I'm a little worried just because this team is just so good with their Lone Druid play, and
Sure.
Matu is so comfortable with just playing the hero that he knows things that nobody else does, really. So we'll see how these lanes get set up here, as they will be doing the mid matchup of the Kunkka versus the Mars, and it is just going to be Lone Druid versus Timber. So Timber's going to get a lot, but let's see what he can do to actually take advantage and look to take this tower or something versus this Lone Druid, because it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and sort of looking at the other lanes, are there any sort of matchups that you think are going to be tricky from the off?
Grimstroke can't help too much. They actually get a wolf. Okay, Epster just gets a free one. Grimstroke can't help too much versus the Treants, which is a little bit of a concern. At least Lycan can sustain decently versus some of the damage, but I think Quakeva's still going to suffer up here. I'm a little worried for Insania and this Lycan.
All right, then in the mid, of course, Nisha versus Mickey on the Kunkka versus Mars. 2 pretty beefy heroes with sort of a similar level of physical wave clear. I mean, is this lane easier for one of the 2 to play, or is this pretty even?
Gotta be honest, I've not seen too much Kunkka versus Mars in the mid lane. I feel like it might be pretty even. Yeah, I think it should be pretty even. Just the damage is, like, Kunkka just has a little bit more armor, so his cleave hurts a little more, but Mars has ways to protect versus it, so it's gonna be a trade of just constant harassment.
Yeah, I feel sort of 2 similarly paced heroes in terms of what they're going to be doing, and you know the action they can bring as soon as the 6 is online, and the availability for both to set up on one another if they get a support rotation around that point as well. Yeah,
the fun thing about mid Mars that I've seen sometimes is just your ability to just maybe get a tower skewer and then you just win the lane.
Sure.
So there's only that. Nisha, very unlikely to actually fall for something like that, but it's happened.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Never know.
I see around here, Insania. He's trying to dance around a little bit with Yapso. As 2 of them trying to, well, Yapso trying to take what he can in from this pull that Insania's been able to make. And so down bottom, as you say, in this lane, you expect Matu to farm pretty okay. You don't care at all about the Timbersaw. Boxy's never really going to be able to get on top of Matu. Is Boxy really a threat from these 2 heroes, or you think him and Tiger can sort of secure this lane to at least be safe for the Timber?
Nah, Timber will be fine. Yeah. He can't go down here. As soon as he gets level 3, he's unkillable.
Yeah.
It's just about getting last hits. The Bear, you have 2 ways of getting the damage on those creeps, so you can outlast hit a little bit better in comparison. And we will see Puppy just chasing out Taiga while he's trying to pull the wave. He's just going to go for the mana burn level. So that says everything about the lane, right? He skills mana drain.
Sure.
You know that they're not going to try to go any kill threats early. It's just about winning the CS war.
See Puppy.
Mickey's
Puppy's level 2 now.
In the first few.
Puppy, if he gets the stun. Okay, Tiger. He does jump up, so.
Where's this creep wave gonna go though? It's gonna go all,
It's gonna go all the way back down.
Way back down.
It's just like, hey, hang on, this ain't, we don't want to be here.
Mika has only missed, I believe, one last hit so far in the mid lane. He's doing excellent. He actually bought the Orb of Venom too, so he's actually bullying Nisha, and it's more one-sided than I thought it'd be. Nisha has to X himself back.
No, for sure, yeah, this is a solid start from Mika. I mean, I really guess, as we've seen, sort of just having the bulwark, just at one point, it really does limit how much damage can be done from Nisha, just trying to hit him with the splash damage of the Tidebringer.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, Mars is a newer hero than Kunkka, so he's just got better animation and everything.
I mean, it's certainly looking like that. Mika's making great work with it.
Yeah.
It all adds up. 23 to 4 against the 15 for 1.
So bottom, we see this gigantic creep wave now meeting. It's going to be a triple creep wave. We see Puppy's trying to pull it back so that Boxy doesn't get all of this. And he will be able to pull at least the side pull. But it's a lot of experience for this Timber and Puck to get right now.
Yeah, how are we seeing exactly on Boxy's levels? It's a 3.5, Matu 3.5. So yeah, managing to keep it even with that of Matu.
Yeah.
Despite Matu having the better chance to get a few denies in. But saying that, it's very even. 16-5, 17 for 4.
Matu actually skills the Savage Roar. I didn't actually see what he used it for, but he skilled it instead of level 2 Bear.
Maybe to just mess with some of the CS.
Yeah, it looks
Stop him
like
from getting a deny or such. Mid lane, we're going to have the movement coming in from Yapsor. Fisher laid down onto Mickey, is looking kind of trapped. He's got the Fairy Fire, but Nisha's able to get the angle with the Tidebringer, and they're able to bring him down. I mean, as we saw, Mickey doing a great job in that 1v1. Nisha needed that rotation, and of course, what better hero to do it? Yapsor with a Fisher is always going to be very potent for setting up action in that middle lane.
And you have one of the best self-sufficient offlaners in the game. So Nature's Prophet, no worry versus a Grimstroke, and a Lycan as Insania. She might be in some trouble. Yep, so she holds off from using that fissure.
I'll see Mickey. He's back in the lane, and he's going to have sort of a huge amount of spam ability now with having both the Soul Ring and the bottle. So mana for days here for Mickey. So we should see him being able to quickly clean up the lane and look towards some of the neutral camps as well. How's Nisha doing? He's got his 2 braces in his blade, so that level 3 Tidebringer, he's also going to be clearing through camps pretty quickly.
Yep, still very similar. Mickey has actually exact same net worth after he does return with Nisha. So,
I mean,
Earthshaker rotation with the Kunkka, with the Wrath of Nature. Easy kills. Same thing for bottom. They could get caught off guard by it. He's 5.5 right now. Boxy doesn't have to worry, but the Puck might have to worry in case that Wrath does come through.
Yeah, Matu just consistently trying to keep Tiger relatively low. So Tiger's got to be very careful about how he sticks around here.
Rotation, like if the Kunkka comes bottom with the Wrath when he is hitting Boxy that quite a bit too. Boxy's still very healthy, but if he which rotation like if the Kunkka comes bottom with the Wrath when Zai is 6, that can also pose a threat onto Boxy.
Oh, for sure,
Which option Secret wants to go for? Because it's about to happen. Zai is about to hit that 6.
And yeah, immediately as soon as that 6 has been hit on the Prophet, you are having your mid make the move down to bottom. So it's all sort of falling into place. How Secret wants to utilize this power spike.
It's real quick the way this is happening. Boxy, he's not going to be ready for it.
No. As soon as it's available to be made, Secret, they make that move. Straight down they go, dragon back into the boat combo, and they're going to have the burst to do it.
I don't know if the Wrath, did the Wrath even bounce?
I don't think the Wrath was even, yeah, it was casted, it was coming through, but I don't think it hit, and it didn't matter. They just had that much damage anyway between the, between the 4 of them. They did have quite a few down here, of course.
They did. I thought they would need it, but showing to just have a little bit more damage than I expected, and now Taiga.
Taiga!
X is there.
See ya!
And look at Puppy's skill build. It's just about keeping Timbersaw at 0 mana in the lane. The 1-1-2 build. That's really cool. Now they're going to just give YapzOr a little bit of this lane, while Nisha gets just some jungle farm, and they're maximizing at best. Well, Koikfa, he's still gotten... him and Mickey are still in a very good spot in this game. The Book 2 is almost online. So this move by Secret was really nice, but let's see how Liquid punches back, because they have their ult on Mickey.
Yeah, not wanting to commit onto Nisha, though.
He's taunting him, because he's so fast.
He knows that they can't go on him.
Like, yeah.
He's got 1400 HP and 10 seconds away from having a boat to effectively double that momentarily with the damage reduction.
So it looks like both teams are kind of doing a bit of the same thing. We're seeing supports taking the lanes while 2 heroes jungle on the side of Secret, on the side of Liquid. Koikfa's jungling, Insania takes the lane. And they're actually just going to bring Matu up immediately when they do see this. So they're trying to punish the fact Liquid is maximizing. They're going to start running at this tower. He gets a root, Insania's is dead.
He's in a lot of trouble, especially with Zai coming in. There's the root, straight into the sprout. Insania, he can't cut his way out.
On the other side, they try to punish the fact that Puppy was under the tower. He actually gets the TP out. So both teams doing these mirror movements, which is ideal. Secret coming out just a little bit quicker with it. They're just going to use the Wrath to push out the wave. Boxy's going to head top to try to stall this push that's coming out and get a nice amount of gold too. 3 range creeps.
They're still keeping Insane sort of sat around Mickey mid. I mean, they've got the 3 of them here.
Eyes on Mickey, because they've got Koikfa with the Book too. He's looking for an opportunity to use Shapeshift and get us around.
Maybe with Koikfa they can commit an arena onto Nisha. Yeah, they're going to try.
Yeah.
As here's the opening. Straight down, they're getting Koikfa in. The boat's going to be coming out though, as Nisha will get the buff upon him. Do they actually have the damage to kill him off? He's going to go straight for the TP out, and he's made it away. It's enough to get out of there. I mean, and understandable now when you see that, why we did see Liquid really hesitate earlier on committing onto this Kunkka, because he's such a tanky boy. It's not an easy kill.
And YapzOr read the movement perfectly. He was set up for that, just halting the fissure over and over again to be able to stop it. YapzOr's level 6 pre-10 minutes because of the way they've set this up. Liquid now looking for Puppy down bottom, but Puppy, he's able to just scurry away as well. So just a little bit too fast and just reading Liquid's movements. It's a tiny bit better right now here. As
easy carry up. Matu getting some extra gold. Boxy trying to see if we can get aggressive onto Matu, but Matu, yeah, he's still got fears and of course the ultimate form to rely on.
Mickey is here. Might be able to catch him.
I mean, if he can catch him with the spear, I mean, from Invis, he's going to have a good shot of doing so. Straight over the tree line, Chakram out, and with the God's Rebuke, they've got him. I couldn't have asked for a better rune there. Mickey he's able to find himself a big kill thanks to the Invis.
Look to make his way toward top, as it still has a bit over half HP. They're limited on TPs at the moment though, so Boxy and Insania running across. Mickey will have the TP if he sees the opportunity up there. The nice, I mean, really nice movements from both sides so far. Liquid now coming out ahead of that one from that one gank.
That tower's gonna. How close is he to his Midas Matu? Yeah, very close to it now. Just,
Wait, what? YapzOr has blink.
All right.
Wait, what?
Well,
Holy crap, he has a blink dagger already.
He's
at
the
same
carry
time as
now
the opposing mid.
with this amount of this sort of timing on his blink. All right, are they going to be ready for this? Has he shown himself? Yeah,
he hasn't revealed it yet. No, he's got it. Now, that is so early. Oh my god.
I mean,
2-0 and 2.
This could come as a big surprise to Liquid,
especially versus a Lycan. Like, your army's going to run in. You got to be very careful. This blink is just way too fast. They're going to get a nice clear of these ancient stacks. Mickey will finish up his blink with that after he sells the quelling. So they'll have good ways of starting the fights themselves.
Oh, bottom Tiger.
Oh?
Taking a finger to the face here from Puppy. And they're going to find him. Dream Coil being dropped down to no avail. Won't be able to keep him protected. As Tiger goes down, and now comes the smoke from Nisha and Yapzor. They've got the combo. At the same time, though, Liquid are also going to try and hit with their own smoke. Maybe catch Secret off guard whilst they have one hero down, whilst Tiger's out of the game. Maybe Secret might not expect this, and they do have the blink on Mickey as well. Insania, he's going to start getting some intel here. Mickey's going to jump in, look to commit straight around Anisha, but he absolutely in with the Echo Slam. He's in with the counterplay trying to burst it, but he hasn't got quite enough with the Wombo to bring them down, as Liquid will stay alive, turn and kill off Nisha, and they're going to be able to find Yapzor as well, as Liquid's move there prepped them perfectly for that play there from just the two of them. You know, Secret, with the quick timing that they did have on that Yapzor Shaker blink, you know, they felt that maybe just the two of them could get away with the move, but it just happened to be that Liquid, you know, they're not slowing down. They're making sure that they're playing just as fast as they know Secret's going to want to.
They saw Matu forcing the wave top. They actually predicted the smoke moving and met them at the middle. That was such a good call from whoever did that on Liquid. As Echo now on cooldown, and they can easily take down this middle tower. That is such a good read of the map by Liquid. I mean, it's meeting your carry, so it's a little, maybe a tiny bit obvious where we see like a lot of these smokes to meet the carries, but it's just the timing of it too, where they make this Echo get wasted.
I mean, it's a three-man Echo, but just not enough. Not enough to 100-0 the heroes, of course. Yeah, at this point, early game with just the level 1 Echo, you need that follow-up, and it wasn't there. Nisha already getting committed on by that movement, and as I say, I think some of the Secret might not have been prepared for, you know, thinking, oh, we've killed Tiger, they've not got their puck, they've not got their Dream Coil, they're not going to be ready for this. But Blink Dagger timings from both sides, of course, Blink Dagger as well there from Mickey, just coming out at a perfect time, and keeping this game as close as ever. It's 6 for 5, 14.5 minutes in. It's a 1K lead at the moment for Liquid. Across the board, their cores in slightly a better spot, but it's only a very small amount, you know, one fight, one move, and this game can be turned on its head. It's very close right now. And a game, of course, for Secret that's, you know, Matumba Man, he's still in full farm mode. He's not really too interested in getting involved. He's got that Midas rolling on the bear. He's getting the Mask of Madness next, so he can get that standard build-up. So over time, you know, that gain in farm will be accelerated by this Midas if he's able to find the space to farm. And so far he has. He's not really been interrupted too much at all by Liquid.
Yeah, I think they're reading that if the game gets to a point where it's just a farm war, Secret's farm just is better. Yeah. Lycan and Mars, like this Tricar will significantly fall off at probably like the 30-ish minute mark unless they're like super ahead. Mars, Lycan, Timbersaw, these heroes definitely don't, you know, they're not those hard carries by any means. Mickey, perhaps, we could see some fun stuff with that Mars where he is just a big damage dealer, but versus what they're up against, Lone Druid will win out at the end of the day.
Yeah, Matu,
if they stall too long.
More than happy to live on his own little island. But you've got to imagine, if anything, you know, if a team's going to know about the potential build-up and threat of a Lone Druid, you know, that team would be Team Liquid. They've played it many a times. Koikfa's a little bit of an expert on the hero himself, so I'm sure he's probably being quite vocal in making the calls and sort of, you know, just guiding the team on what they need to do to make sure Matu doesn't get his game. In the jungle, Instania taken down immediately there, as Secret will find him deep in trying to get some wall control, but Secret will be able to get that back in their favor here.
They don't even mind just using a finger on anybody here. That says everything, right? But I think that's usually, you see that happening when they're like, okay, pace of the game is really slow, whatever. Whoever we see is playing too deep, we're gonna get these kills up. They're in farm mode, like you said. They got this Midas, they're just going for this BKB on the Kunkka before he feels comfortable to fight into Timber and Mars. Because Nisha is vulnerable. With that blink on the Mars and versus Timbersaw, he's pretty squishy until he has magic immunity. So just a bit of a, probably a bit of a quiet game for Secret now for the next few moments. It's going to be them just counter-initiating if Liquid goes for an aggressive play. And Liquid is going to go for this aggressive play.
Yeah, we'll see if Secret let them get away with this now. They're coming in with TP. Not enough damage in the tank yet again from the Shaker alone, as Liquid will clean up the double there. Again, just fast moves here from Liquid. Mickey immediately collapsing in on them underneath the tower. Now, Yapzor, they did seize an opportunity for a nice multi-unit Echo Slam, but again, there's just not the follow-up, as it's an Echo Slam that doesn't end up achieving anything at the end of the day.
They want to try to get this tier 2 though. They want to get it pre 20 minutes so they can claim the outpost. We see on the opposite side, Zai is starting to do some split push. Secret wants to defend this though. They do not want this to go down. Puppy's already going to start setting up, walking in. And they're going to start rotating the Kunkka, who
they need
does
Nisha
not
to
quite
get
have
involved.
the BKB still. Yeah, Nisha is very vulnerable, as we mentioned before.
Well, let's see what sort of way they can start the defense. I mean, Liquid's still on track to pressuring this tier 2 tower down before the 20-minute mark. As he's actually straight in Bo3. He's looking to clear the trees, get a bit of a better setup here so Liquid have good information. Puppy, he's going pretty deep here. He really wants to get a spell off. He's walked right into the 3 of them. And he's not going to get anything at all, apart from a quick ticket straight to the grave.
They know that they can't defend this. Matsu's going to start to push this top tower, but this bottom one is taken. That means they're going to lose their outpost as well. And they don't have access to their jungle. Without Kunkka with BKB, Nisha does not want to get into these fights, as I was saying. So, yeah, outpost is going to be taken. Liquid, again, all these heads-up moves, just recognizing that Secret is not at their power level to fight just yet. Got to keep dictating that pace to not let them catch up. As Mika, he's almost got his BKB, and they're just swinging across the map. Secret needs a lot more time before they can fight. Probably just the Deso and the BKB, and then they'll be actually ready to fight right into Liquid. Before that, a head-on fight, Liquid will dominate it. Unless there's a godly echo, of course.
It's a lot of this is going to come down to the blink plays. You know, is it going to be Yapso getting the jump, or is it going to be Mickey? Now, bottom Tiger, is that going to be enough damage with the soul burn? Ooh, 50 HP.
Close.
He's fine.
Other important thing to just keep tabs on is I'm watching Quakeful with his Wolf Micro. I think this is the second time now. He's just sending it into deep enemy lines and just scouting stuff out. So he just saw that Secret was all on the left side of the map. So that's the information that they're playing with at the moment.
I mean, in these sort of games,
that's
incredibly valuable information.
Yep. All right, Mickey at this massive power spike here. BKB Blink, level 15. Nisha, still not quite having the BKB. Secret really wanting to wait for that one, but they want their outpost. They have 10 seconds. Puppy's racing toward it.
I doubt he's not going to get it, is he? Oh, actually, he might. No, he stopped. I guess he's scared of Bo3. Yeah, he knows that he can't get it back. So Liquid.
Again, Liquid heads up move. They're there ahead of time.
Oh, does lose his courier though, Bo3. So will be the Sanj put on delay for a little bit.
Tiger might get caught here.
He's underneath the ward. Zai able to find the setup there with the Orchid, and Tiger indeed no chance of getting away from this. As over towards the mid, Matu having a bit of a poke at Bo3. Mickey is there. Of course, now they would be making the jump without their puck, but as we've seen before, that's not something that Liquid minds doing.
20 minutes in, Yapsor has his shard now eaten as well. So all the things are coming together for Secret. Liquid's still doing an excellent job. Both teams are actually doing such a good job of reading each other kind of perfectly. 8-8, less than 1k gold for Liquid. Secret's soon going to actually start taking the fights head on, though. You've been seeing them kind of avoiding, playing around it a lot here. These item timings will start to kick off.
And that's
Liquid,
the thing,
again,
like as close as it is, you would imagine that Liquid's definitely feeling a little more antsy, a little more. We've got to get stuff done. We can't keep it like this if we want to take this game.
Maybe just a tiny little bit. Yeah, I think they're doing everything they need to do, just like actually perfectly right now. Just the next big thing is really get a fight and secure Roche.
Yeah.
But Secret's ready to fight around there now. With this BKB on the Kunkka, they are totally ready. So initiation's going to be everything if they can get him pre-BKB. They're actually just going to set up in it, though.
All right, I mean, with the AC,
Yep.
they're taking it pretty reliably. I mean, Secret, they've got no vision around this area as well. Liquid were able to take that completely away before heading into the pit. And yeah, Secret's not going to be able to do anything about this at all. So Liquid now can continue to look to hunt and make these aggressive moves. But with the knowledge that Mickey, he's basically invincible. With this BKB and Aegis, it's going to be quite the tall order for Secret to take him down twice after he makes the jump in.
Yeah, no, I was saying Secret's ready to fight, but now that I see all that too, they are definitely having some damage issues in their draft with all of these things coming together. They'll be able to kill off most of these supports, but yeah, these two main tanky frontliners, the Timber and the Mars, are going to be very problematic. Koikva can still die because he doesn't have any magic immunity, and if he's in the midst of all of his summons. But those other two are going to be really problematic for the side of Secret.
I mean, as you said, Liquid as a squad, and many of their games, other than even just those against Secret, when they pick this 5th pick Timber, they do it with a very good reason. They know when Bo3's going to be set up to have again with his borderline unkillable Zai. He tries for a setup onto Instania, but Instania's got backup. Zai's going for the TP out. Tiger puts an immediate stop to it with the Dream Coil.
And look at the line instantly. Liquid has a play happen bottom. Look at this line that's been drawn. Bo3 draws the line for them to run all the way top and meet him at this top tier 1 tower with the rest of the 3. And they're going to do it. They're going to smoke and swing over. These are just such quick moves again by Liquid. Reading the movements of Secret. Bo3 actually just standing on top of Matu right now.
I mean, he can go where he wants, Bo3 right now.
Look at the lines on the map. Like, Liquid, I mean, you said that they wanted to be pretty persistent about pushing the issue forward. If those lines don't stay, then I don't know what does.
It was Joe, and that was a mixture of Bo3 and Insania, wasn't it?
It's like all of them. I was three players.
It's going to be a little, yeah, they've got quite for bringing around that top lane. I mean, as soon as they sort of show themselves up, his Secret's out of it. They don't want to have anything to do with this quite yet. See, Mickey, he's gonna look for the jump in mid. He's able to open things up with a spear in the Ink-Swell stun, but Nisha's off to the side. Fisher pushing Mickey away for now. I'll turn with the X mark opening onto Mickey. They've got to get through that Aegis and BKB though if they really want to try and bring him down. Bo3 also heading in onto the front, and again, sort of as soon as they see the two of them, they've got to be careful. Matu, he'll get the ult off, but he's trapped in the arena. See if they've got the damage to take him out here as the follow-ups there from Tiger. BKB committed from Mickey. There's the Phantom's Embraces in onto the Lone Druid. As Matu, he cannot escape this. Tries to get the fear off, but with the BKB still there from Mickey. Liquid don't care at all. That Lone Tree they're bringing off. Yapsor tries to come in with the counterplay, the Echo Slap, but again, he hasn't got quite enough to get the kills. The finger comes out, but he's got the Aegis. He's ready for round 2, Mickey. As Puppey will fall. They've lost 4. They're going to lose the 5 here as Nisha goes down with the ship. As it's just Liquid here playing it perfectly. Secret, it really does feel like they sort of hope that they could kind of get around with waiting and avoiding Liquid for now, as they just cannot deal with them. And we really did see there how Secret at this moment in time, they just can't fight this.
No, they're just too tanky on the front line. Even with the boat coming in afterwards, they're not tanky themselves enough when it's Matu just gets jumped on immediately. Yapsor waited. He was so patient for this Echo Slam too, and it still wasn't enough. Puppey actually overlapped his finger, and he actually fingered the Aegis. He may have been able to get the kill on the Lycan, but some slight misplays, and Liquid just comes out massively on top from a huge jump from them.
For sure.
Their reads are just on point.
I mean, I feel like we don't see many games where, Yap's on his shaker, and he's hitting like multiple 3-man echoes, but it just hasn't mattered. Neither of the times he's been able to get him with this huge opportunity has sort of the rest of the team been able to finish off the action. As we see it again, I mean, it starts perfectly, taking away Matu, pretty much the hero with the majority of the farm right now on Secret, and then just picking them apart one by one. That spear into the last tree standing, setting up onto Zai as Yap comes in, but it just isn't enough.
He was very close to level 2 Echo actually as well. He was about to hit level 12 as
that would have made a huge difference. That would have would have taken 2 of them out straight away from that Echo for sure. Because he hit so many things there.
And that's just Liquid's pace. Just keeping Secret off their mark as now.
He's going to try and turn onto Mickey with the ghost ship. But again, sort of after the initial combo's been expended by Nisha, it's not enough. As soon as he's back in the game, they're on top of him. Matu, he's got to get out of here. We'll get the ult off. And he does have backup, Nisha and Yapsor standing beside him, so he'll be all right. As they've really got to protect him there. He did just come in and there's someone still on cooldown for a little bit as well.
10k gold lead, new neutral items available in about 5 seconds, and you can feel Secret there. They kind of have to just start to split push and hope to get to these next bigger items, because right now it's just they can't match what Liquid has, especially with this AC and Deso. They're just dealing so much damage, and they're so tanky on their front line as well. Supports, I was talking about Puck, Grimshock, they might die, but these three beefy guys are a problem.
I mean, here we go.
Especially now that Koikva has BKB.
Secret's on the way out, but they've got to find someone alone. And as you say, with these BKBs, even if they do find one of these cores, they're very likely to be able to BKB unless Yapso can lead in with the Fissure and they can perfectly chain stun them down.
And look at Mikke. He's actually pinging. He's reading the move again from Secret. He's heading his way up here. He was pinging exactly where Secret actually is in the tree line.
Oh, Mikke's in.
Bottom, he actually just jumped.
He's found Matsu. I mean, Matsu
Oh my god.
Absolutely destroyed there by Mikke. I mean, that's the carry. Immediately taken out. And now into the trees, Tiger, he's got the setup onto Yapso. Yapso is going to drop the slam, try and turn and take out Tiger. Will give Yapso the chance to blink to the side, but Bo3, he's got the angle with the chakram. Nisha, the BKB wears out just before the TP is completed, as they're able to stop him from getting back to safety. Poppy gets caught out by the Ink Swirl stun from Insania, as again, Liquid just slaughtering Secret.
They are. Everyone's just playing like a monster. Taiga just phase shifted because Puppy blinked in to finger him. He literally just phase shifts out quarter of a second. The finger stops casting. They reset it. This is just amazing plays and amazing read by Liquid. And Secret just doesn't know how to handle it.
They really don't.
Too fast. And it honestly looked... Hey man, it looked like he was map hacking or something. The way that Mikke just read the map perfectly. Liquid just actually on fire.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, they're making Secret look the most lost we've seen in quite some time. As Secret just... seemingly not with a move to make here, as they're down 9 to 20, down 14k gold. Let's see what they can do here. Punishing Mikke for overextending a little bit. Sticks around to take down the tower, and Secret, they'll be able to get him, and that's a big one to get. You know, they've been really struggling to take down the cores. Getting Mikke like that, that's quite a decent chunk of gold here in the beginning of what Secret's going to try for a swing around.
And thank you, JJ, for pointing it out to me that the reason that we looked like map hack is because a wolf was standing on the lone druid. So that's why they're having such good reads. As I was talking about it before, but these wolves are actually just really being a pretty big thorn in Secret's side.
I think sort of thinking about Koikva's past games as well, I think he's the best Lycan player at doing this right. I like, sure, you see a lot of cute wolf play, but I think he really pushes it to the next level with just how attentive at all stages of the game he is at sending those wolves out and getting them on the old scouting missions.
Yeah, and he's also just split pushing waves, because your howl is global, where your wolves are. You send one wolf to one lane, one wolf to another, you howl. I've seen him do it now, I think once or twice. And he's using just pushing out lanes with the wolves when he just howls and sends them 2 down. So yeah, just again, Liquid really masterminding, really masterclassing this game. And Secret, they're really on the back foot. They're gonna need some really hopeful big team fight for themselves as the high ground push comes. Liquid still has to break the high ground though, and as we know, Liquid, that can sometimes be its own game of its own.
Yeah, you're very right there. Tiger finds himself a little free one. That's Puppy just sort of throwing his body here, trying to push the lane out. Stop Liquid from getting the game in a position where they are ready to try and push for high ground.
Liquid's getting so much on everyone though. Look at the farm even on the 2 supports. Taiga, Blink, Ags, Insania, 4-staff Aetherlens on his way to a Hex. They're getting prepared for the later stages of the game, even though the Lone Druid and these other heroes might be a little bit better toward the later stages. These items are going to change that completely. And Mikke is just a beast too. The way he's just built for the full right click, he's built as a transitioning carry. The exact right approach.
Yeah, I mean, as we're seeing, just Mars as a hero does insane damage.
Yep.
This is AoE 800 physical damage burst on a very, very small cooldown, just 6 seconds. And of course, getting some beautiful neutrals here. That Paladins, meaning that each of those God's Rebuke is considerably healing him back up. Of course, once he has that Abyss, it'll just be something else to throw into the combos enabled by Insania's Soulbind.
Secret now with their AC finished up on Matu. They have a way to counteract that minus armor that is coming out a bit here. They're looking for their own action, their own way to start the fight.
I'll see if they
Puppy
can...
and Yapsu with their double blinks.
And Liquid...
They can find the supports. The supports, like we said, they're squishy, and that can really break a bit of Liquid's team fight.
Yeah, but it's hard to find them.
Hard.
You see sort of the positioning. Liquid supports, they're keeping the cores between themselves and where they expect Secret to be. As Boxy's leading in, Nisha out just in time. Puppy also able to make it away.
they're making that lead go down slightly, slowly but surely.
They are.
With all this split push.
I mean, that death from Mickey on the high ground was quite a bit of a bump.
It was
in the progress, but Liquid will be able to rectify that here with this Roshan, as again looks like Secret aren't going to have the chance to get over and contest this. So Aegis and Cheese into the hands of Liquid, and once again they're very much suited to being able to attempt to break that high ground. Mickey also very close to having his Abyssal completed now.
Insane, yeah, you see Insania drawing lines to the lane that is pushed in heavily. Secret are preparing for if someone does go down there, though. They're already on their way. And I'm seeing Matu queuing up an Aghanim, so I'm thinking this game might get down to some Rat Central for Secret, really not wanting to take the fights. They have a lot of different ways to do split push.
They do indeed. They really, really do. I mean, your lone druid with the Ags Bear, as you say, the Prophet. I mean, even, of course, Nisha later on if he wants to do some stuff with bots and X marks. There's a lot of way that Secret can keep this game going and certainly make it a real challenge for Liquid to close it up if Secret's smart with the way that they split push.
Liquid's been on point with their reads of the map, though. That's the big scare. So just ward coverage has to be really important here for Secret to be able to watch. I think just keeping tabs of Mickey. He seems to just be the dictator of the game. So I feel like if you see where Mickey is, you probably just either avoid there or look to set up like the big fight, because he's going to be the one who's just doing everything for the team. And ooh, and a beautiful rune for Mickey, one of the best ones.
Oh yeah, lovely stuff there.
Secret is setting up to actually defend here. They have a smoke. The ward is already set up on the side here from Liquid, though.
All right, they're coming out. Let's see what they can catch it. Multiple blinks.
Is that the Shivas, I believe? Yeah, Shiva's coming out in the Kunkka too.
All right. They do need every bit of armor against Mickey and Quaikfa.
They can't send the courier in, though. They want to, but they can't, because I think they're aware that this ward's here, because they had the vision of them placing it from before. So they'll have to back away, and yeah, they ping it. They see it immediately.
Who's going to make the
Mickey
jump
starts
first,
pinging Liquid's in the base.
He's sending the bear in. Quaikfa will now be revealed. There's going to be the jump there. Immediately on top of Nisha. Mickey's going to put the BKB, but Matu's bear doing a fair bit of damage. He tries to punch into Mickey. It's not enough, though. As Nisha goes down,
Nisha's dead.
He'll go over towards Quaikfa instead. Quaikfa popping the BKB cheese. He's out to the side. He's fine. You got Zai trying to come in on the back lines, but they've lost Puppey. Now they'll turn over towards Zai. Zai with the BKB standing his ground. Fisher from Yapso comes out to the two of them. Matu's in. He's got the damage to take down Mickey the once. Mickey's going to be back for round two. Zai trying to keep himself safe with the Sprout, still trying to run, but Tiger and Mickey are able to jump in with the burst to take down Zai. A spear catches Matu Yapso. He's in with a slam, tries to get the follow-up Fisher, but Tiger's in with the waning wrist silence to put a stop to the combo. Still no Puppey. Finds the finger onto Mickey. Jump forward from Zai. He's been able to pick off Insania on the back lines. He's over to Boxy. The stun's there from Puppey, allowing time for Matu to try and close the gap. Boxy trying to get away, but Yapso jumps in with the enchant totem. Boxy is into the trees. Matu's hunting. They'll find him. A Secret will manage to push back Liquid and keep their racks alive here. Barely any damage done at all. Secret will be able to defend, cost them a couple of buybacks, but they will keep the base intact.
My God, Matu's damage is insane in the back of that fight. I didn't actually show it all there in the fight recap, but him and his bear with the Deso AC Orb of Destruction under tier 4s beating on Mickey, it was a lot of damage, and they 100-0'd Nisha before he got anything. He got his BKB off, and then he got bashed with the God's Rebuke, so he got 0 spells off. They did that pretty much perfect, but somehow Secret with these buybacks, punchbacks, Zai also doing a crazy amount of damage in the midst of everything.
Yeah, and of course you talked about how much Batu does to the heroes, and that translates very well to the towers too. When the push comes in and Liquid's members are down, Secret can very quickly shove down these lanes and do damage in return. So Liquid,
20 seconds.
Yeah, they've got to be careful. As you said, you know, in the past, this has been where Liquid struggled, and against this sort of lineup, Secret are very much ready to really test Liquid's ability to close up the game.
And this type of move too also gets you a lot of space to get wards out. I actually don't see Secret placing any right now, but they get the lanes all the way pushed in, and you see, the lines drawn by Liquid. They're like, okay, we have an issue now where we have to get our lanes into a better position before we look to actually take any type of fight, because we're just gonna get split pushed otherwise by this lone Druid or Furion.
We'll see if Matu wants to take this, but they've just found, quite the lovely one there, of course, for the type of game they want to play. They've got the leveler for the bear.
The orbit does have a lot of value.
But
But
surely
he
the
can put it on
leveler.
his hero. Yeah, but he can put the
I
orb
guess
on his
he
hero
wants-
and then the leveler on the bear.
True, that's efficiency.
Yeah.
I'd say it's probably better the other way around, isn't it? I guess, no, you're right. Either way
But
around.
you want the bear with the attack speed? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You were saying put the orb
Yeah,
on
the
bear.
leveler on the bear.
Yeah, that's
and
what
the
I
orb
thought you
attacks
said.
on
Put the
hero.
leveler on the hero, the
Oh,
orb
maybe
on the
I'm
bear.
Alright,
Yeah, you want the
well,
leveler. Yeah. No.
I clearly
No, we
misspoke.
agree.
Apologies.
No, you're right. Yeah, you want the leveler on the bear. I mean, he's taking both. He's just going to, I guess, switch between them.
Yeah, and he's got the ag, so now he's already starting to send this bear on a journey.
Yeah, this bear's going to be wherever he wants the bear to be. He's you know, as we said, the split push is going to get a whole lot nastier for Liquid to deal with now.
We might be in for a treat of a long game potentially if this does pick up, if this does continue. Liquid have to try to breach this high ground, and that was, like we said, without Nisha getting anything off, it was some buybacks, but that's always a big fear that gets set into Liquid's hearts.
I mean, if you are going to just 100-0 anyone in the team fights, is it normally going to be the Kunkka that's the best target to do that?
Yeah.
Or are you looking at Matu's damage output and you're saying, well, we want to just get on top of the hero, get rid of the lone druid, or is that realistically just never really going to happen because of Matu's positioning?
Realistically, yeah, exactly. I think realistically you're never going to catch like Matu, Yapsor, and
Sure.
maybe you'll catch Puppy in the front, but that's not a big kill, right?
Yeah.
Yapsor and Matu are the two bigger ones, but yeah, Nisha's going to be the one that parks himself between them so that they can never get those jumps off. Or should never get those jumps off, I should say. Split push toward bottom, Illusionist Cape as well on Nature's Prophet,
Oh,
another
extra
split
bit of
pushing
push,
tool.
yeah.
And this tier 2
Oh,
bottom
man.
with these trees surrounding it, that is a dead tower.
And there's the bear.
Tap from the bear.
Matu says, I'll take that tower gold.
The wolf scouting, it actually spots his eye on the
Oh,
tree
it
line
does?
there. They got him.
Yeah, straight away with the BKB, he tries to get out, but they've got the Abyssals in play.
Wolves
That's-
MVP.
That's a very dead Zai. 100 seconds. I mean, if you're Liquid right now, you've got to use any sort of these opportunities to just
They have a ward.
go for it, right?
They still have this ward. Yapsor. Oh, okay. He'll be able to blink away. They had that ward on him, though, for a second. Yeah, they should just try to push forward, especially this top lane. There's the two side lanes,
But the
they're going to
bear-
get shoved in.
Look, Matt, yeah, he's working his way right up until the base of Liquid it.
They actually have to get back. Can they kill the bear?
Oh, they might just be able to... Ooh, no, good fit. Tiger keeping the damage on him, making sure that there's no way for him to get out, but he's so speedy here with the phase boots. They can't chase this. The bear, more than fine.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to return it. He just actually brings it back to 0. Doesn't use the Midas.
Use the
immediately.
Midas.
Oh, no.
There we go. It's all good. Everybody calm down.
Up top, the wolf, it scouts Yapstor. These wolves might be the MVP of Liquid. That's like the 3rd or 4th kill I feel like they've gotten because of.
Yeah, quite for being really on the ball with the information that he's just given throughout this game. And, you know, his positioning as well. You know, 3-0-13, he's played it flawlessly so far on the Lycan. It's going to be a buyback from Yapstor. Why?
I think he was afraid that they were going to just go for the high ground, or he wanted to try to stop TPs while Matu split pushes with Bear.
I guess. I mean, as it is, though, Liquid far away from the base, so they're easily able to TP back, and this time around they might kill the
Mickey,
bear.
though.
As
Mickey
Matu-
may have not gotten far enough.
Oh, he hasn't. He's left behind. The boat comes crashing down. He's going to get taken out as he's dead. Quaifa's got to put the BKB and run. As, yeah, Mickey dying. He did get the BKB off, but as he was dying, he wasn't able to get it off soon enough. So no protection against that. Yeah, was to say straight up 2k of magical damage that came in from the duration of that chain stun that the Liquid Secret were able to initiate with onto him.
Yeah, Yapster's buyback being kind of worth it.
And
there.
then it worked
Just
at
'cause
that.
they get
That's what the
kill.
buyback was for.
That's
He
what it's
thought of
for.
the future. He knew that Mickey would slip up a little bit, hang around. He's, you know, he's a time traveler, Yapsor.
40 seconds, no puppy. We still see these. I've seen the treants also. A lot of scouting being done with all the minions around the map. DD gets killed outside the pit, and Roche is up with a nice, juicy Aghanim's Blessing. 50 seconds, though, for Mickey. I can't believe how farmed Insane is. I just keep glancing at the two, like how
Just chilling
rich
with his
everyone
Hex,
Liquid is.
him
Half
gold to
force that,
spare.
you know? Taiga getting like the best possible neutral item for Puck too. Ceremonial robes with an Aghanims. Very nice. Happened quite some time ago, of course, but...
Always nice to see. As Roche, I mean, there's still 20 seconds without Mickey, but as it is, Secret not feeling confident enough to sort of take that window to go for Roche. They've got the Ags on Kunkka now, so an extra amount of control in these team fights it's going to be a little irritating for Liquid to fight into, especially when these BKBs start to come down in duration.
I think that's the biggest thing. It's just, yeah, the BKBs are going to start lowering, and then the chaos of the fights are really going to start kicking off, and they will control at least the minions always as well, too, which will be nice. And Secret's actually looking to smoke and hit back. We've got everything at the ready.
All right.
Yapso level 20 for some longer fissures, and Matu level 25 now. So the Spirit Bear attack time, even more dangerous.
I mean, Bo3 the one showing in lane, but still Bo3 probably the one that is going to be the hardest for them to really initiate on. I mean, maybe they'll try. If he keeps moving out like this, I mean, at the moment, he's very separated from the rest of the team. Liquid themselves smoking up around the Roche. Do they want to just commit and take it down? They do it pretty quickly if they want to go for it.
Both scans are used.
Yeah.
Secrets does tick on them for a second.
They know how quickly they do this, so they're just going to move straight in onto Roche, and it's a great one to get, of course. Third Roche is going to have the Aghanims on. Who's looking to take this? Probably Mickey?
It's a little different now, though. It's still pretty nice, but it's different. They're actually going to give it a quake.
All right.
He's able to bite the Mars. So
I like it.
Big life steal. Okay, cool.
I mean, it is great. Of course, it's in particular the fact that you do share that lifesteal, right? So if Quake's in these fights, he bites the Mars, Mickey's getting off these God's Rebukes. Quake's going to have such an insane amount of burst HP given to him as long as Mickey's able to land his spells in the fights.
Yeah, it's going to be another thing to keep track of.
You know, and remember, that's also going to be amped up by the Paladin, right? The amount of regeneration he's providing through that lifesteal to Quake.
I would guess so, yeah. I haven't seen it all combo together as bottom.
I'm looking at Matu and Zygo to work. This bear certainly hurts. As he gets the disarm off Yapso, he's just going to jump in and drop the Echo. It's absolutely worth it to take away Bo3 over to the side. Nisha and Puppy, they found the combo. The setups onto the two of them. Insania and Mickey walking up into their death. Mickey is going to be out of it as he's running away. In that wolf form, he's out of there.
That's a lot of time spent, though. 65 seconds spent, that 81. Secret can get so much out of the map here.
And they really can. They will still be pushing.
All these lanes, even threaten high ground and threaten force buybacks, potentially.
I mean, there is those multiple buybacks available, and of course, Mickey still with the Aegis, Quake's still with the Cheese. So, Liquid can definitely still put together quite a defense. Secret was
going to start melting, though, and they used the glyph actually, looks like a bit early. The bear is just going to start getting over there to start beating down the tower.
Well, they're trying to kill the bear off. Can they do it? Oh, the bear's running. Oh, it died. The bear goes down.
It's damage on all three fronts, though. Look, all three towers are getting hit right now.
How do you deal with this?
And mid.
Oh, Fisher. The two-man torrent. Can they get in it? They don't really care at the moment, Secret. They're happy to just ignore heroes and hit the objectives. Bottom racks are exposed, mid racks are exposed, getting taken out by Matu. That's the melee rack's gone. Now they'll jump in, they'll get the arena off, but an instant hex comes out. Coil out onto the two of them. The bow comes crashing down straight onto Mickey. Mickey's going to go down the once. He's going to be back with a second life here. Quaifa jumping out of the sprout here with the Abyssal. Turns over towards the bear. Matu getting stunned up in position as Mickey. Can he find him? He can't. Matu's able to live. He's out to the side. Bo3 tries to chase, but the Torrent Storm catches him, puts a stop to the Timber Chain. Nisha's going to go for the BKB TP out. Is he able to make it away without anything catching him? He cannot. The bashes are there. Nisha will get left behind as Liquid will manage to bring Nisha down. But the melee rack's gone in mid and the ranged rack's gone down bottom, as well as Bo3 having to use the buyback here to push Secret back.
It's a painful hold, but they did good targeting. They actually focus fired the lone druid bear since it was Matu's only summon, and it took out all the damage. That's why you see Secret immediately try to bail away. But Secret, they did get quite a bit of what they came for there with these two Raxes.
Is this going to be long enough for them to do so? Because it is 40 seconds without the bear.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching as well. The Treants are just going to run in, start to work on this range Rex.
There is backdoor protection, so...
They're only basic Treants. They're not.
Yeah.
There's no greater Treant in there, so it's not going to actually be able to. The Fissure to slow it down. Yaps are spamming the Enchant Totem, also from the base, which works on the Fissure, of course.
How long have we got on the resummon of the bear? 15 seconds.
They might lose their racks here.
Zai, he's trying to step in, but he's been hexed. Boxy's trying to lead in. He's been buffed up by the Ink Swell. The range racks are down. Another bite onto Mickey, as Mickey's ready to start running in. If he sees an opportunity, Yaps will continue to try and slow them down. But Liquid, with this quick pushback, have they got any creeps? It doesn't matter. They can fight through the backdoor protection. They'll be able to finish off the mid-racks. I think Liquid's best bet here is to just get out of it. They got what they came for in the mid. Nisha's going to be back up in 10. The resummon's available.
They're thinking about the rego, though. They have vision on the high ground. Mickey waiting for an opportunity.
And they need a big jump. They've got to catch, you know, they have to land the spear. They've got to get this instant stun. Abyssal into spear if they want to do that. And it's just a little too risky right now. They're going to play it safe. They're definitely going to be feeling pretty happy that they were able to push back that quickly and get something after losing a bit of their base to Secret's own siege.
They better be ready for the hit back, though. Secret's going to push out this lane, and they're going to naturally be able to always push.
Let's see what...
They still have full vision. They see Nisha. They have full info of where Yapsor is at the moment, too. Now Wolf is going to go give them even more scouting information. There is a sentry to scout it, though.
So they know that they're being seen. But from the side, Tiger is jumping in. He's been able to find the backlines. He's found Matumba Man. In with the Abyssal, quite for closing the gap. Matu's down. Yapsor comes in with the Echo Snap, but it isn't enough damage as Yapsor also falls. Double kill for Quaifa. Over towards Nisha they move as Nisha will put the BKB. He's trying to run, but the bashes are there. He cannot run from Liquid here. As Liquid, they've found 3 big kills. Zai immediately trying to push out this bottom lane to take away the pressure that's going to be coming from Liquid down.
Там медведь! У них
Я сразу
у них
вспомнил,
нет матумбы, у них есть медведь.
сразу вспомнил этот видос легендарный, там где чувак к клетке с медведем подошел.
Pistol from his bear, right?
Не лезь.
I know, Puppy got the stun.
И оно его сожрет.
Okay.
Так
I
вообще
thought I saw the
выходит
Abyssal, because I saw the bear running around too, which is like, it's so crazy, because you're probably like, oh my god, there's no Lundra, and then Abyssal just comes out of nowhere from
No, yeah, Puppy was able to blink in and set things up with the Earth Spike, so definitely time for reaction. You see here, Mickey taking the time to turn and not the time. Did have the BKB, arguably the bear would still have been able to get in with the Abyssal. So maybe just staying around too long didn't really have a way out.
And Matu, while he was dead, he farmed up 3,000 gold, by the way. The power.
I mean, what's he going to get next? What's next on the agenda here for Matumba Man this game?
What is it? He has to replace his Midas, so...
Yeah.
I mean, just Moonshard, right?
I mean, honestly, is the Aghanim Shard that bad? It's 20% movement speed buff for your allies and a 60 attack speed for a few seconds. I mean, there's got to be a point where it's worth buying.
Oh, he goes for hard damage. He's just going MKB. He just wants to deal with... Is there actually... Do we have any miss? I think it was an Elven Tunic earlier, but...
I mean, MKB is always nice against heroes like the Timber, right? Having a bit of magical proc on your hits.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess there is the Halberd. Yeah, that's a good one. That's fine.
I mean, either way, this bear is going to hurt. This bear's going to
Yeah.
really, really hurt.
It's all going to be up to these jumps and just initiations and who catches back lines, really. And Taiga he's going to be the one to watch, really, with Refresher and the Blink and the Ags on the puck.
Standard support
so far
puck.
to the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's rather rich right now. I mean, they all are. You know, nobody getting completely left out this game. You know, even Puppy at the bottom, he's got his fair share of money here. 2,500 gold ready to start going into his next item.
Matu just keeping the bear down bottom, waiting for any opportunity to just run in and kill that melee Rex in no time.
I mean, and as you say, the jumps and the BKB usages have to be so smart from Liquid, especially with Nisha now having his refresher. So these torrent storms, ghost ship fleets coming in. If you don't have a BKB up, you're not going to be able to do much in these fights.
Absolutely. These long duration team fights are going to get really hard for Liquid, it does feel like.
They've got to get in and get out.
Yeah. We see Boxy, he's making sure that he can keep this bottom lane push. They also have the shard on the Lycan, so we do have wolves spawning on waves to be able to push it out as well. We said this could be a long one as we're getting close to those really nice items in the next 6 minutes.
Now, is this a game where any of the tier 5s are going to be potentially busted on some of these heroes? Well, what do you see as the most, oh my goodness, item that could come out this game? Something like
Ex Machina is one of those big ones for me. A lot of when I'm seeing everyone with so
especially
many
with these
items,
good players who are good at pressing all the keys on the items.
It also just it gives you like 20-something armor, and it's a lot of physical damage that's coming out. I think that could be a big one. I think they all have their own merits. Because even like Searstone, right, for Yapsor, then he never has to even be near the fights. You just cast Fissure from eternity away. Giant Ring, actually. I always forget that I use this now, too. Giant Ring on any strength hero, right?
Yeah, there's a few of them in this game, yeah.
Probably on Mickey would be the nicest. Zai getting his Treants and his Illusionist cape at the ready. Oh, might find a courier.
Oh, easy.
He will.
Goodbye to your wards, sir.
And now he knows where Insania is positioned, as those Insania's courier is running bottom. He knows Grimstroke's down bottom. Both teams just continuously scouting this Roche.
Oh, they're bringing in the bear as well. Look at this. Oh, here we go. Goodbye backdoor protection. Oh, my goodness. Goodbye, man. They're throwing everything. Kill the bear. Kill the bear. Kill the bear. We got to kill the bear. As they'll be able to. They got to be ready for that. As that bear nearly just took that melee Rex right through the back door.
They had the TP back. Secret, they just go into Roche.
Oh, it's an easy Roche shot for them, or is it Boxy? He's coming in. He's looking to mess them up a little bit. Tiger comes in with a core, but they're committed with the BKB. He's going to finish it off. They'll be able to get the kill, pick up the Aegis. And now they're dropping the spells on a Boxy. Can they burst through him? Zai and Nisha trying to punch through this Timber Store. There'll be a buyback from Puppy. Nisha getting low. He's been soulbound. He'll get the boat off. He's been hexed. He's lost the Aegis. He's down the one. Zai also hexed as they're staying alive in the pit. Boxy and Mickey are too tanky for them to deal with. As Zai goes down, he'll buy back. Another set of boats coming crashing down onto Quaifa. The refresher pop from Nisha. The torrent storms around.
Boat.
It's the water park expressional from Nisha. They turn finger onto Boxy. Boxy's out for 2 minutes. Mickey moves over towards the line. He's in and he's out. Takes down Puppy and he's away. Cold-blooded murder here from the Mars.
Holy shit, the refresher, torrent, 3 torrent storms,
is everywhere.
3 ghost ship fleets going in. Oh my god. But the important thing really was the lone druid bear. Matu lost his bear right at the start of the fight, and that was his second bear. He still doesn't have the resummon. I saw both Mickey as well as Quaifa just kill the bear immediately, and then it's just the Kunkka spells which are actually doing any of the damage in the fights. Yapsor never could find an opportunity for that big echo.
Now we're seeing, but Liquid very clearly making it their objective to fully focus that bear. They know if they take it away,
has to be more careful.
They're going to be so much weaker. 25 seconds, he will have it soon. And of course, what we did see there, Secret, were they able to pick up the Aghanims? As you said, well, they got the refresh shot. Did they get themselves the second Ags? Who got the second Ags? Zai?
It was way too chaotic.
Zai's got the Ags buff, so it must have been Zai. I don't think he farmed that up himself.
I saw that Taiga took the cheese. That was the other thing, too, from them, but I didn't see who got everything. I know that Nisha took a majority. It's Liquid. Really pushing the issue with no bear yet. It's now
They've got it back up now. The tier 4s are going down. Found them, one of them. Over to the second. There's already Tiger's in on the backlines, but look at the Abyssal on him. Tiger's dead. He tries to jump in to hold them back. He's not going to be able to do so. Fortification up as well. Tiger will buy back. They're sending in the bear. Matumba Man looking for a target. Is he able to find it? But the arena's out. Mickey moving in. He's in. Matumba Man's in trouble. He needs help and he needs it now. Matu, Abyssal, they're focusing him down. Low Druid in trouble. They've got to save him. Yapsor's able to stun control. And he's keeping Matu alive. Matu's going to live as Yapsor jumps in and holds Liquid in position. Another Fisher down onto the two of them with the follow-up shock here as there'll be multiple buybacks coming out from Liquid, but they're having to run. They're having to get out. Boxy's dead for 2 minutes. Tiger dies back.
Are you kidding me? Matu is actually alive.
I mean, just
the Spirit Link, the rum, the control. Oh my god! And now it's back the other way. They don't have two heroes
buybacks
for
on the two of them.
110 seconds. And Secret kills buildings at a way faster pace than Liquid does.
This is pretty spooky for Liquid. Mickey, Quakefer, and Insania are going to have to pull off quite the defense to keep this game going.
There's so many blink disables as well. Mickey has to actually stay super far back before the fight starts. If he just gets caught by one stun, he's gonna get chain stunned and killed.
Can they really hold 3 versus 5 now?
Quakefa forced to use the buy. Bear's gonna finish off the bottom Rex. They're actually ink swelling a wolf in onto Zai.
They're losing the tier 4s.
Mickey, he's been stunned.
They've got the opening. They'll force him out to the side. They will manage to get him away. The first tier 4's down though. Secret moving on to the second. They'll open with the soul by Mickey. Is in with the Hex onto the two of them. The double Abyssal as well. Quite for trying to focus down Nisha. Nisha, he's getting bashed. If they got the damage to bring down the Kunkka, they have it. He's still alive. He's able to step, put the refreshing Yapsor. Echo slams down. Liquid are out. GG is called. As game 1 goes to Secret.
Holy sh... What a... Oh my... honestly speechless. What a game. What a comeback, too. Liquid just... the whole game just having amazing reads and then just a couple fights kicking off. The Bear living with 100, 200 HP because of the rum and then just full lifestealing because of Spirit Link. And Yapsor coming in unbelievably clutch at the end there.
Yeah, I mean, the Shaker play is absolutely real at the end.
And you're not listening. It is your choice to make a little mockery. It won't do. Further down the line, still surrendering, trying harder to forgive you. Candlelight has gone out. Some will win and some will lose. Nothing much else to say. Thought I was searching down. Seeing monsters out your window. No, you can't sleep, you pretend though. You don't have to play the hero. Cause I got you like you got me. When the earth shakes, when the bombs scream, until our last breath, every heartbeat. When your nightmares turn to real life and the ground's filled up with landmines, we will face it standing side by side. You know I'll come running when you need. I'm coming. You know I'll come running. You go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarm and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, yeah, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. You go to war, then I'm going with you. Pick up my sword, yeah, there's nothing I won't do. When you sound the alarms and the chaos is rising, leading the charge, I'm coming, I'm fighting. Swear on the breath that I breathe, I'll never retreat, yeah, I'll be your army. Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm sad to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I can't forced me down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within, oh. I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame, oh. Do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. Whoa, I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. So I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. Oh no.
was beautiful. That was
It's too short.
too short.
Need longer games. God damn, it's only midnight. I want to be here.
The way they held the lead from the start to the end, it was a bit boring, I think.
Yeah,
real
Purge.
snooze.
What do you want to see this game? Bit more action, I guess.
Really long game. It's only 5 p.m. here, so I could I could
Whoa.
like 2 more
Hold
like
up.
80-minute games, something like that. That'd be really fun for me.
Yes.
But yeah.
I mean, this was a great start to the series. I just hope Game 2 lives up to
Yeah.
the expectations that game sets.
I legit just do want to see a Game 3 though, like screw sleep, because this is some of the best Dota that I think we've seen in our coverage over the last 3-4 weeks.
sir.
And it's a big, like, Secret Liquid's got to win. Like, they really could use this win. But it's just really solid Dota. I don't think either team was making huge errors.
It was fun
just fun. It's just good Dota.
It was fun to watch Secret have to bring something
They had to
new.
earn it.
Yeah, exactly.
They just dumpstered everybody, and
Yeah.
they're 6-0 thus far. Well, except for the one loss, I guess, against the Giants ring thing, but I don't count that.
Whatever. That was so long ago.
Let's take a look at the draft, guys. We want to see what is happening in the draft for this game number 2. I can confirm that T Governor's request is granted.
Huzzah! They are banned!
Wait,
the trees, right?
is this
The
the-
Treant brand.
Yeah, the Treant, the Treant, yeah, the
Treant
cosmetics.
is banned.
The cosmetics are banned.
Is this the first time that a caster complaining about something at a tournament actually worked?
I'm pretty sure an admin told him about
Yeah.
it. It's not really his idea.
No, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I did say it first.
Actually,
but
it
it's
was
fine.
also no.
No, I know.
I saw someone
Yeah, no, yeah.
in the match thread on the Reddit saying the exact same thing. He obviously was
Well,
the
I
first
don't
one to point
re-
it out.
Yeah, but
Harold
I don't-
finally using
Yeah,
his
okay,
voice
Yes.
sure.
for good.
Okay, but I
Oh,
popularized
There you
it
go.
and brought it to... It doesn't matter. Either way, we have together as a community
Woo.
fought
Now,
the evil.
this is a big oversight.
The Axe Rush Willow or the
yeah.
IO?
They didn't see this coming.
I like
Elaborate, please, Carl. There's 2 heroes here. Which one's not coming?
it. Purge, save me, please.
What?
Whichever one pairs with IO well, obviously. Anyways, Dark Willow's good at terrorizing multiple heroes, and there's going to be 2 heroes always close to each other, so
That is true.
that's it.
I mean, that requires Willow to cast Terrorize. We all know all that Yapsor is going to do is sit back and spam his Shadow Realm after he gets his Ags.
I do like that.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It's pretty good. It threatens. I hate to say it, but I could see a Morphling coming out later for Secret. I think.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay.
That prevents the bat, which is something you always gotta fear playing against as a Wisp lineup.
So does that just force your opponents to ban bat then? Is that the partial solution? I mean, it's also like the map pressure, right? You just sit it in the mid lane for like the first 15 minutes of the game, and or more like from like minute 10 to like minute 15, and it just creates a lot of pressure too. That can be really nice tactically.
Well, so I'm picturing this could be the lane in itself, into that Willow lane. You don't really ever care about the plays that come out. And it is a very strong, potent lane. Like, the Eye could be the core, the Abaddon could be the core. Like, Liquid has shown a lot of flexibility, and also they like to kind of relegate the farm priority, even if it's Mickey. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a safe lane combo, for example. Unless it kind of becomes a Morphling game, for example.
Dude, I will say, Abaddon is something I'm surprised we haven't seen more of, especially with the prominence of Bat. We've discussed it a bit, but it's multi-role, it's multi-lane, and it's something that we haven't really seen since OG was winning TI, which is quite odd. Very nice with the Wisp too, because it's just double effective healing.
Have you guys tried his shard yet?
That's the... Wait,
What
what was
does
it
the
again?
shard
Sorry,
do?
just to double check.
It's where it applies his Curse of Avernus based on his Mistcoil and his shield damage, and increases this a little bit. It's terrible. Anyway,
Oh, it's too terrible.
Yeah,
Okay. Were you trying to just
I
set us
didn't know
up?
if you were
for- yeah, exactly.
he was.
Yeah.
Have you tried it yet, guys? We're like, yeah, it's amazing. No, it's terrible.
Well, you got to keep
Oh.
in mind, Kevin has an edge on us because he goes through these patches. I don't know how long it took you to go through the shard patch. I would imagine 12 to 15 hours. And he's like, huh, is this good? And he tests it. And he's like, that's garbage. And then saves that information to use on us months later.
All that information is readily available on his YouTube channel, most likely.
Yeah,
Free plug there.
I
Kevin.
watched
took me about
Because
10
Purge needs
hours
a plug.
to-
Yeah. That's
took me
tough.
about
jeez.
10 hours to understand you can only buy shards after 20 minutes. Kyle.
Thank you.
Well, you didn't open with that. I skipped
true, you
I
missed.
skipped to the
Skip
end
that,
part.
okay. Skip to Leshrac and then moved on with your life, yeah.
Yeah. Which is one of the cooler shards. Well, it actually makes 0 sense. It's like, hey, well, like I just can't imagine. It's got to be one of those ones that IceFrog and the testers were like, yo, we're almost out of ideas. We got 3 left. All right, how about this? He'll stun. The stun will just happen again. How about that, guys?
How about it happens again after that?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah. Oh, and then you have a Nocturne, a Spell Prism, and a Refresher, and you can perma-stun someone, but
There
you
you
do have
go.
to farm quite a lot of gold for that. Anyways, Team Liquid, the IA Baden, they're
That's
pretty
a good
much...
idea.
Thank you. They've banned out the Kunk and the AA. And the AA, of course, double hill kind of showing. It's quite obvious to want to ban it out. And then the Kunka, one of the best heroes against Relocate, because, you know, you leave, you come back with X. So very much covering their 2 picks so far. As they do get to respond twice going into that second phase, they just cover themselves with the bans in the first phase.
I like the AA ban from Liquid. That is something that other teams would not go for, but you know, Puppy and King, they got this wealth of knowledge. And when you pick a bad in AA, removing healing pretty much removes your entire strategy's concept, and you must ban Ancient
Come on,
Apparition.
Kyle, you don't have to be Heen or Puppy to ban A. I think Sheever could have handled that.
Thanks, Pudge. Yeah, that's true, actually.
I have a question because we see the Lycan ban. Is there, like, I just want to know if we should be wary for Lone Druid, Nature's Prophet, you know, extra things on the map?
Nature's Prophet for sure, for Secret specifically.
I legit think this Abaddon could be like the carry right now for Liquid, and they're gonna absolutely bamboozle us with some like insane draft. Like these bans, it makes me feel like they're really pushing this priority of Abaddon higher up. Like you wouldn't be banning out a Lycan, for example, if you know you've got another core in the tank. So yeah, I think there's some creativity afoot with Liquid's lineup.
Team Secret taking quite some time to go for their last ban here. And they bet that they still end up banning the Bat Rider. So
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Like you can't pick it, but you don't want to give Liquid the opportunity because Relocate with Lasso is just way too formidable. The map control coming
He
out
buys
is just
bots.
nuts.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot of tempo.
You fall behind and there's just no recovery mechanic because you can't play the map. And as we saw that first game, Secret really liked to be able to play the map.
The nice thing about this draft so far is Secret's actually the team where they've kind of shown their hand very early on. Like, it is the pos 4 Willow. It is going to be offlane Pango. They
Wow.
go for a Bane. Bane is one of the better heroes against IO simply for the fact that you sleep one, you grip the other. There isn't stuns, but you do have to think about the Abaddon factor with that Photic Shield. You can always get rid of grip. So Bane has to be very smart about where he's actually kind of setting up his spells.
I think it's also the new Enfeeble too, right? Because you can reduce heal and regen by
That
up
is
to
true. That is
55%
true.
with 4 points. So that part's pretty sick here.
Is that dispellable?
It doesn't say. I'd have to demo. I'll take care of this one.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Probably.
Purge. Oh man.
I'd assume
He
so.
didn't read the patch notes.
Imagine spending that many hours.
Imagine
Oh.
spending 15
Not
hours.
knowing all of it.
Carl, how many?
least he
did you spend
knew-
15 minutes, Carl? Or?
Yeah, at least you knew shirts were available from minute
I
20.
knew that too. I just played the fool for comedic effect.
Play the analyst in this one. I'm curious to see what you guys are thinking, which direction Liquid
the
is
analyst.
going.
Well,
You
definitely
don't
to
often
the
do that
right.
analyst thing.
Each new hero selected is placed on the right, well, stage left.
Ah.
our
Yeah,
right.
Carl, this game's way too important.
I
for this
didn't
stuff,
say
please.
navigator. I said analyst.
It is.
Storm
It is
Spirit.
dispellable,
Okay, nice.
Thank
okay.
you.
Thank you, Purge.
so they can cover it with the Abaddon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the Storm, you have Abaddon. You are a hero that utilizes both health and mana. This is the true win condition now with your Wisp, whatever the rest of the draft is, and you have a cleanse with it. I'm a big fan of Slark and Storm when you have an Abaddon, because they simply won't die if you can remove a stun in the chain stun.
Also, the way
Very
that
nice against Bane too, you catch him.
also think about the key way that Secret won that first game was simply the rat and the split push and kind of sacrificing heroes in awkward parts of the map to offset your buyback cooldown and your diebacks, etc. So when you have this Relocate the Storm and this kind of global presence, if the game is Liquid favored, they can also quickly secure the map again and then go for the end, right? They're not going to have any issues with looking in these two directions. So I like the idea from Liquid. They have to push with the Abaddon. You can never forget how quickly you can push early on with your Curse of Avernus, with Catapult
Okay.
and +1.
The one thing I'll just say,
Hit me.
if you're Liquid, you gotta be cautious. Secret have overall last pick. do not get meepoed. It is real spooky right now.
That is true. No, that is true.
And it's something
it?
that, yes, believe.
Why do you think it's spooky? We saw it the other day, and it looked really It looked like okay, but pretty underwhelming.
I think
It's just that if you look, like right now, I think Liquid have a significantly better concept, and Secret's whole lineup revolves around playing around something, and those somethings are pretty limited at the moment.
Yeah, I think the key thing is just if Liquid continues to go for more sustain and lack of damage, then suddenly that can come online. But instead, they just go straight for that Morphling that was mentioned after, pick 2 from the side of Liquid. So, yeah, they now need to have an answer to this. They can either push their way out the game quickly, or they actually try and counter it.
I mean, you already have a Storm, which isn't bad. It's just this Manta timing on Morphling that's so spooky. It feels like you get a Morbid Mask, now you're always on map. You get Manta E-Blade, and suddenly you're terrifying. And Dark Willow. Like,
Yeah.
it's just nuts.
Something's afoot with the Yabaden.
I think it's just Insania's hero, but you could be right. I'm concerned because I hate Slardar in this spot. Like, you don't really offer much against a Bane Morphling lane.
No.
The minus armor isn't super effective against a hero that's got like 40
But
at level.
Liquid's not drafting for what Secret's picking, in my opinion. They're drafting for their own combo, where they'll play out their lanes, they'll secure that first Roshan, they'll have this big power spike of Storm, Aegis, plus that kind of grouping of IO +1, and that's what they're utilizing for. So you could easily pick a counter to Morphling, but I think they're trying to answer it with the fact that they can have earlier timings and offset that potential early E-Blade rush or whatever, because you have that Aegis +1, and you can try and end the game.
Yeah, I can see
Like, that's kind of how I see Liquid drafting. Like, they will fall into the same trap as that first game where they might play amazingly for 30 minutes, they never actually take tier 3s and end the game, and then Secret will eventually win with some insane comeback. But Liquid are setting themselves up for a very strong laning phase into Roshan, try and win the game at that point. Maybe the second Roshan if they secure the map well.
I feel like Slardar IO can do pretty good as a dual offlane against like a Morphling Bane though, because Morphling's gonna be really slow. They're gonna have a lot of regen. I feel like they're just gonna be able to run at them because Bane's a strong laner. So if you just pick slightly stronger lanes plus regen, like Bane can't really stop them from killing him unless he nightmares, and that's like a third of his mana pool. He can only do that so much. So I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
We'll see.
They ban out the Druid. No more rat.
Bane is like a really good laner.
He is.
Really good.
He's a stellar chap. Yeah, he does his stuff.
And I'm hesitant because I see your point. It's possible, but if Wisp Slardar don't win top, then you just feel bad the whole game.
The key thing as well, Bane is pretty sacrificial in terms of allowing Morphling to get those early levels. So yeah, that works as well.
It's not quite as good as it used to be though. Brainsap's 120 mana at level 1 right now, so it's kind of expensive to trade. He obviously still a very good laner, but I think he's not quite as amazing as he used to be.
All right, Liquid. What's happening now?
Necrophos.
What is happening here?
I don't know.
What year is it?
I'm
Matthew's on the other team, Kyle.
I mean, you could just go for an Illusion Core. PL is available, but it's just not the greatest synergy with the lineup. You'd be landing into a Pangolier. I'm just curious what they'll utilize to address Morph here.
They don't have a lot of time to think about it. It will be the Rubik.
Oh, something's afoot, Kyle.
All right,
with
you're
the Abaddon.
right. Or it's Carry Wisp.
Yeah,
Or care.
but like, if it's carry Abaddon, then like, go me. If it's carry IO, then I'm a bit bored, but it's fine. It's still good.
Still good.
I think it is a Taiga Rubik.
This Bane doesn't get to play Dota, by the way.
Why?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
he grips,
Rubik's
it's stolen. If it's gripped, it's shielded. So
Yeah.
It's actually really annoying to play Bane, because if you open with a sleep and then try to ult somebody and it gets stolen, you have no interrupt now, and effectively Rubik has just removed you from the game.
Also, there's no bad spells to steal from Willow.
That's true.
Great one as well.
what's the Matu here?
Skills in Feeble and uses it on Morphling. Morphling just dies. No shifting.
Sorry, bro.
Only
Good last
45%.
pick.
Ooh.
Luna, one of our least successful heroes.
Oh.
Oh, I thought
Oh, it's the +5 Abaddon.
I thought it was gonna be a Yaps or a Luna.
Carry IO, guys.
All right. This is. See, it's tough to really say who's got the better draft because these are so.
Quirky.
Yeah, this is not just okay. We'll pick our comfort. This is. I don't even know. what to
I mean,
call that.
that's why they're playing, right? And we're sitting on the panel guessing what their plan is. I'm gonna ask Purge first. Purge, What do you want to see from this game? How do you hope this game's going to go?
I feel like what's going to happen is Luna, while she is a little bit of a weak hero, I don't feel like the enemy heroes are that incredible at like dive bursting her. So I feel like her team fight impact from Eclipse will be pretty strong, and Secret's going to be able to exploit that. So I think that's why they picked it.
All right, thank you very much. Of course, in this one, indeed, Morphling is there too as a carry, so it's not all to Luna. Kyle, thoughts?
A lot of emphasis on this mid matchup, Storm versus Morph. Can go either way, but I think whichever player comes out of this at 10 minutes with the bigger lead is going to be your winner, really, because there's no natural playmaker on the side of Secret. That's the one concern. Like, they have a Bane who's going to run around the map. None of their cores really do anything offensively, but they're going to be really good at defending towers.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and use Roshan to bait Liquid, and that's going to be their big tactical play where they'll wait for that moment. They'll use this Luna pick to try and contest Roshan, get that Aegis, and steal it away, and that's maybe where they get to play the game. But early on, it's going to be fun to see Liquid kind of execute from lane.
I haven't seen them play carry Wisp. I mean, this will be fun. That's what we wanted.
This will be fun. All right then. So sit back, relax, watch some great Dota, and let the musical tones of OD Pixel and Fog fill your ears.
Thank you very much, GVS. Game 2, here's Team Secret up against Team Liquid. Fog, what do you reckon about this? We're seeing the Luna coming out from Secret, a hero that's been a little hit and miss, and a hero that a lot of people haven't really fancied trying. And out in an interesting dynamic as well, a lineup which involves the Luna and the Morphling.
Yeah, I think this was a pick to posture and aggro tri-lane. That's at least what my idea was for it. And they're just going to pressure the IO, and then it's Zai in a 1v1. And he's just going to be able to get a decent amount bottom, or he's going to, they're going to force some moves around because their tri-lane is way stronger. IO Rubik in a Baden does not sound very nice. It sounds super weak, actually. So I think that's what they're looking for. I could be totally wrong.
30 seconds.
But yeah, definitely interesting to see. Also, this Bane pick, really intriguing, especially since it's into the Baden. But that Enfeeble, the Kevin pointed out, it's been completely reworked. Really interesting to see how that's going to end up working out versus the IO. And it looks like Liquid in this game, they went for just their bread and butter, right? Just looking at this draft, it's what Liquid has been doing for such a long time. It used to just be the IO Slarter in the offlane every time with Koikfa and the Storm in the mid, but they've been able to flex it a bit this game because they just needed to get a last pick hero with a disable. Otherwise, this Morph would have just won the game pretty much by himself.
So, I mean, sort of overall, do you sort of feel better about one of the drafts compared to the other?
I like Secrets. I think it's got great scaling potential, and if they just don't lose the mid game, I feel like they just win this game as it progresses later on. Morphling has Aghanims with the Willow, and that is just absolutely absurd, as we've seen a lot of times. However, Luna has lost like every game. Luna, I think, is 0-5 in the DPC at the moment.
No, I think it might just be, actually, yeah, because we had it earlier. Well, I believe yesterday, right, picked by one of the CIS teams. Huge fans of it, and it's just not been working out, so I'll be interested to see if Secret can indeed make it work here.
And they do this aggressive tri-lane. I was like, this is the only thing that I could see from it. So everybody gets that bonus damage when you're in this aggro tri-lane, and it is Bane and Willow, triple ranged hero versus a very, very weak safe lane tri-lane from Liquid. So that sounds good. Mid lane, this is Storm can play around this matchup. I feel like at 3 you have a chance of killing and threatening with your Vortex, but overall Morphling does excellent in this matchup.
So in that
shows comfortable.
That top tri lane, you expect Secret to be finding kills up here, or is it just purely to just bully away this IO?
It could be both. They just have better harassment, better kill threat, and better damage in last hits too. So it's like an overall just way stronger lane from Secret in every aspect, I feel. They have good sustain, I guess, on the side of Liquid. That's the one thing with the IO and the Abaddon. But Bane also counteracts that because he has his own brain sap sustain. Right now, it's actually completely even in the last hits. But can feel it gets pretty scary as that level 2, level 3 kicks in with the Lucent Beams being spammed. Your carry actually contributes something. And just making sure that they keep blocking these pull camps so that they can keep at that experience advantage on the side of Secret for the moment. Yapsor, though, now still only level 1. Actually getting ran down by the Spirits.
Oh, Matu. He's going to come in, block them off so they can't keep chasing Yapsor. Now they're going to try and turn. Tiger, he's going to be the first to fall here. As I mean, yeah, very close indeed to giving up that first blood, but not quite enough balls to take him down.
Boxy, Zai has a swashbuckle. It wouldn't quite kill him, but he's waiting for him to pop the salve and then maybe attempt for it.
Oh,
and he gets it.
Perfectly done there. Boxy's going to feel pretty sad now. Completely out of regen. Just that last little bit of Tango ticking him up, and he's going to have to be cautious down here in that 1v1.
He could die. If there's a... Okay, he actually doesn't get lucky shot one more time. Has the bash. But that's concerning. Boxy gonna have trouble lasting now down here for a couple moments until his courier does come back. And Zai's going immediately for a bottle rush in this 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, he knows as well, with all the attention up top, he's gonna have no trouble getting the bottle refill at the 5 minutes as well.
Mid lane, Koikfa.
Oh, the verifier!
Oh, it's so close.
Oh, it is extremely close. As, I mean, they're both still looking at one another. As
Zai gets the kill bottom in the meantime. Nisha went for a big... Nisha missed like 2 or 3 last hits there that actually hurts him quite a bit now to go for that. So Koikfa probably a little bit happy that he's able to walk away with it. His bottle's going to be empty. Nisha's is going to be full. So it does have to be a little cautious, and we'll need that next rune. But yeah, huge win bottom. Zai with some clutch plays, just playing around the south. Has the bottle. And this lane should continue to get easier for him as top also gets easier for the side.
Oh, he gets Nisha underneath the tower for a couple of hits here. One more remnant. Is he going to do it? It's so close. I mean, Nisha, he's really dancing on the edge. He's doing the numbers on this. He's still got a bottle charge, and he's going to check for the 4-minute rune, of course. We'll see who's going to get lucky on that top lane.
Matsu up top.
He's got the 1 charges. He's going to turn, try and stand his ground against Insania. As they'll get the kill, Tiger able to reach in with that finishing Fade Bolt to take him down. And as it goes with the mid rune, Nisha, he's going to be the one fortunate to grab that for himself there as Puppey swings across to make sure he's going to get it bottom lane. Zai, swashbuckle out just in time. There's now Zai out of regen himself. He's out of all the bottle charges.
And a good aggressive move by Liquid. They saw Puppey's Bane go check the rune, which that's a decision you have to make there, right? Like Puppey, he's probably getting the call from Nisha. Nisha needs that help.
Matsu,
so they make a nice move.
He's going to come in back to the bottom lane to give the bottle refill to Zai and also set up for the kill onto Boxy. I don't think Boxy expected Matsu to respawn and come down here.
Oh, that is really smart. That is really cute. Because then Zai gets to keep himself down here. Bounty rune's going to spawn, and Slardar won't be back up in time for it. They might even be able to make another aggressive move down here as Nisha's setting up with the haste.
Koikfa is not quite 6 yet, of course, so he can't go for this 5-minute rune.
Wow, that is such a big brain TP. It seems so simple, but it actually just does so much destructive power with Matu moving his way down there. And that's actually something that I feel like people have wanted to do in the past when they run aggro lanes with Luna, is they want to break it early and they just end up not doing it. Now Seeker actually gets a pretty good time to be able to break it and maybe set up for a kill as Taiga.
Zai's in.
TP down here.
Puppey, he's going to have that extra setup here with the sleep. Allow time for them to close in and surround him.
He just TP'd too, so he's going to have to do the long walk back on the Rubik to any of the lanes that he wants to be in. And now Matu's in a safer spot, where top, it's always a risky position as a Luna being in those aggro tri lanes. So yeah, it's completely broken, and now he's in the safe position, and they send Zai to the risky lane. But Zai's already 6, so it's not really risky for him at all. He can actually make great plays with Yapstar up here. Some really, really clever moves, now getting them a 2K lead just at this 5-minute 50-second mark.
6-minute rune, and it's going to be bottom.
Ooh, it's a regen. Koifa, can he get on it? Puppey's already swinging over, and he's not going to be able to. Puppey fills up all his mana pool.
We'll see Mikke did lose his courier there. Yapsop able to get round and take it out there. And Zai on bottom.
Puppey.
He's got the sleep. See if they've got enough bashes here. Boxy trying to get the next round of them out, but Puppey a little too speedy with the boots. He's away. It's Matu.
Tigers think we got the lift. They got the bash too for bottom and the rotation from Insania, but yeah, they can't actually make too many aggressive moves. Whenever you have a Batten, it feels a little bit harder for you to make that aggressive play happen.
He's playing aggressive onto Koikfa. Koikfa's still got mana to play with that. As soon as the Vortex is used, though, Nisha feels that there's very little threat. So can zip in aggressively like this to trade hits with Koikfa.
They've abandoned the top lane though. Mikke is just working on stacks in the meantime since it's just more efficient for him. He's got his Dominator finished, but that's going to give Zai a lot of freedom right now. He gets to pick and choose what he really wants to do and what he wants to go for.
Boxy. They're going to start going on him. They've got a lot of damage. He's going to try with the TP out. They're going to be able to take him out before he's away. It's just too much damage here from the three of them. Bo3 misjudging the numbers there.
That's 3 times now, too. Bo3 is really suffering this game. He's actually lower level than the carries in the tri-lane now, which is not a good sign, as he's the one who really has to... Him and the Rubik are the playmakers in this game. Quite for sure as the Storm can make plays, but he's on the back foot as well. This is concerning for Liquid in these next few moments. This Rubik and Slardar are not going to be able to do the impact that they want to, especially like ganking a Morphling is going to be impossible.
Yeah, this sort of, well, the end really to Secret's draft, getting this Luna and playing as they did with that tri-lane setup seems to be something that Liquid's lineup was not prepared for. That they didn't really have a solid answer in those first few moves there. As soon as the laning stage broke open and Secret started being flexible with their position, Liquid have just struggled to really answer it.
We're going to look to play around top to go for Zai. Zai gets the scan already on the side, and he'll be fine. Zai's also not that squishy, because he went for the Orb of Corrosion build. He's got this chipped vest, too. A little bit tankier. Puppey will be able to protect him. He's going to put a ward down to Scout. And Insane, Liquid's going to be aware that there is a ward there now, because the way that Puppey's
Yeah, Puppey was
back
just
and forth,
dancing
but
around there, sort of teasing them. Yeah, it's kind of an obvious, yep, I see you.
I don't think he cares if they know that ward is, though, because I think, yeah, now he knows that they have vision there, too, because of the way they were playing. So he's going to get the nice D ward, which is just a better position for them, because then it's going to give them freedom for movements, and freedom for movements for Zai is pretty impactful right now. Feels like Secret, they're going to have a long window to just sit back and farm and really do anything they want. I don't know how Liquid actually looks to make any aggressive moves themselves. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, at least not until Quake's got the Orchid done, but the time that's going to take to build up. Nisha, I mean, he knows that there's just no threat. These heroes do not kill him.
Look how aggressive he's jumping in for.
He's just forming up the stairs. You know, he knows these 3 heroes do not bother him whatsoever.
Yeah, Rubik, Lift, and Orchid are the 2 big threats that he needs to worry about, and I guess Vortex in the mid game too. But for the most part, his game is going to be pretty free. He's going to have a lot of ease in those fights. As bottom, Yapzor, we'll TP out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Mickey level 9 though, because he was able to just sit back, farm those stacks all by himself. He got all that nice juicy experience. Matu only level 8. So that is the one benefit, at least for Liquid. One positive thing going for them.
Yeah, Matu having to be a little careful here behind the tower. +1 ever comes in. They could dive for this, but at the same time, Mickey's he's not got that +1 at the moment. He is on his own. He's going to start running towards Yapzor. And the Bramble only catching him the once, though. Mickey's still very speedy here. And he's also able to save his creep, as they won't quite lose that. Up top, Zai. He's found himself a kill by looks of onto Insania. As he runs him down.
Was near.
Insania, he can't juke his way out of this. Zai tries to get the Thunder off, but they have ways to stop it. But the Vortex into the Crush, they're able to stop him from being able to channel it successfully. So, losing a support, but they bait Zai in, and Quake's able to get a nice kill over towards mid. Nisha and Puppey diving in on towards Tiger.
He's fully morphed up though on Tiger. Quite tanky. Might actually go for the kill. He's gonna full strength morph down, stick up so he can stay on the map. Nice play by Tiger. But Secret persisting forward here. They've got their Eclipse with level 3 Lucent Beam too, so their fight's pretty strong. Liquid really wanting to hang on to this tower, while they also have Mickey just farming and pushing up bottom.
How's the Ags looking? About halfway there on the Ags, Mickey. So it's still going to be very good timing here for the carrier.
Yeah. Boxy just, he's the biggest one that I'm watching. He's really struggling to find farm. He's got the treads, but that just means that his next big item is going to take a really long time. At least he'll be able to be a bit tankier when he runs into the midst of everything. But a lot of spells and a lot of damage that's going to be coming out that if he just runs through, he may just die. The Willow, the Luna, as well as the Pango. Very threatening. There's all these squishy heroes. Yeah, Liquid's draft is very squishy, actually, when you start looking at it like that now.
No, for sure. I mean, as mentioned, you know, obviously having the Abaddon, you're likely to be able to save Quakefor from that initial jump, but at the same time, that they've got multiple ways to lock people down here.
Secret's playing for the later stages, though. Sure, they've got this advantage right now, but I already see, like, Nisha's build.
Yep.
Like, he's got Dragon Lance, and then he's just got straight Aghanims ready to turn into YapzOr. It's all about just playing around the Willow once it gets to later stages. We know what that Aghs morph with Willow can do. That's way later down the lines, but that's what Secret's preparing for.
No, there's definitely got to be some sort of urgency here from Liquid. I mean, how are we still doing on Quakefor's first time? He's nearly there. So 300 gold, and the Orchid will be done. As soon as that's up, right, they've got to make something happen.
Go hunt Nisha. Like, you see that Nisha went Dragonlance, so no Manta is going to be there to protect him, no Dispel. If you can catch him with a couple Orchids, you can easily set up on these kills. So that could be a huge thing, and I think that's where Liquid really needs to kick up that pace. The Secrets, they're just chilling back. You can see that they've laid their posture. They're just like, all right, we'll just farm.
Yeah, you can't let this Luna and Morphling get away with this. Otherwise, you're going to have a very tough time come each passing minute.
And there it is. Orchid done with his Arcane Ring in his bags too. He's very, very ready to fight. Matu almost has his Manta, but this would be a very good window if they can ever find the opportunities. They're just having trouble actually pushing their lanes out. As Nisha now threatening in mid. They could catch him here, maybe.
They certainly can. Telekinesis into the Orchid. They've got him. First move, first reveal of the Orchid. And it's as good as it could be, really, there for Liquid, getting themselves a kill onto Nisha.
Good thing they get him right there, too, because they did not have detection on any heroes. That Invis would have actually saved him if he didn't pop right there. And now they can transition into a push, which is one of the more important things for Liquid's draft, is they really don't have any ways to take objectives or towers. Secret's gonna set up for it, though. Nice Orchid.
Yeah,
but Instania,
always got to run. He's got nowhere to keep himself alive. A shield, that's it. Not quite hitting the 6 yet on Instania. So YapzOr will pop him.
Nice kill for them, though, as they will also claim themselves 3 bounty runes, so they do slow down that farm rate from Team Secret, and slow down Nisha in particular. But tower is held. Secret does make sure that they don't let that objective go down. And they do have their Manta finished on Matu. They have a medallion on Puppey, too. That says Roche to me. Yeah, but they're running right in. Are they going to expect this at all on Liquid either? I don't think
so. It is so quick here with the Lunar Aura. Even just a few points and they're up 15 minutes in. This Roche doesn't stand a chance. It's that every little bit adding up between the Lunar and the Morph.
That was before Medallion even. Like, Puppey didn't even have the Medallion off
Before Medallion,
that quick.
Only 2 points in the passive at this stage. You know, it's just a good read from Secret, realizing how quickly they can do it. And with the power of this punches of the Morph and the Lunar at this stage.
And now, although Nisha doesn't have Manta, he has an Aegis to protect himself at least the once from when you do jump on him. So they get more time and more space to just sit back and farm, which is what they want to do on Secret. Mike is still keeping up. I mean, I say keeping up. He's actually topping the charts still during all of it, too. Just wondering what he's going to be able to do in the fights. He's very tanky, very strong. And he will be able to deal decent damage. But do they have the control to deal with this Morphling is the big question.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Ward down bottom actually is scouting Quakefor pushing up.
Puppey's setting up.
They're actually going to meet top.
Puppey's opening up straight away with this Fiend's Grip onto Bo3, but now Quakefor's in with the counterplay. Straight in onto Puppey as they take down the Bane, and now Liquid's going to try and chase for more. Nisha. It's a hard one to lock down those. Now Zai's ready with the turnaround. Comes crashing in with the Rolling Thunder. They're able to take down Instania. Zai's already looking over towards Mickey and Tiger as Tiger also caught by the Thunder. Into the control here. Onto Mickey. Matu's got the Eclipse ready to go. Quakefor zipped and he zips straight into the Fear. As YapzOr sends him back as soon as he's in. As he's left unable to to ball lightning back out of there due to that fear from Yapzor. As Quite it just goes straight into his death there.
And they can't even get themselves a single kill. Literally nobody dies. They can't even pop the Aegis.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's so crazy that Nisha, when you turn into Rubik, you get the spell too. So he actually had an extra Lucent Beam. So they had like these crazy Lucent Beams inside of the fight because of that. And now getting closer to that Ags, a big win for Secret setting up around that fight. Poor Koifa. Size reveal, the Blink Dagger hit hard. And his Rolling Thunder is going to be back up in about 8 seconds, so they can look to hit again. They still don't have the Eclipse, but they're still really strong around this Rolling Thunder, as we've seen. But just looking to farm up and finish up these items. The Aghanims is about to be finished on Nisha.
Yeah, this is quick.
This is real quick, yeah. It's still not, as I always say, you know, the level 2 morph, 100-second cooldown still. It's not this infinite frequency. It's until you get that level 18 that you do have it all the way, always up. But still in the fights, you will have it available now when he does have that Ags finished. This is about to buy it.
And still, you know, just this constant lead that Secret's holding on to. As Mickey is really going to have a heavy game ahead of him. He's got to pull off a lot of as this carry IO.
It just feels, it's so scary when they have this counteracting thing of where Boxy, sure, he's got a Blink Dagger, but it's never going to feel the same when you have a Blink on a Slardar compared to a Blink on a Pango with all this. The Pango just, he is the owner of team fights. Boxy's more about setting up and getting these individual pickoffs in the back, killing squishy supports. Pango does everything, it really does feel like. Liquid getting themselves out, getting themselves a little bit more farm, looking to finish up at least the BKB for Mickey so he can stay in the middle of the fights. Because the last fight, he survived, but he had to run away during all that magic damage.
I'm ready to start pushing in again, Secret.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yep, Aegis still for a minute. Nisha's still very confidently standing forward.
And quite fair, yeah, he's got to be ever so careful with the way that he zips in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're not going to be able to kill tier 2 before the outpost. Just a couple seconds shy.
Structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified.
Quite fair will be able to finish up the mid tier 1. Zone push.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Small gains for Liquid.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
So now they're grouping up. They have the haste on Quakefoot. Okay, they're going to actually look for the smoke play. This should be timed pretty decently around that Aegis. 18 seconds until it's reclaimed. And BKB on Mickey.
Oh, there's the jump. Boxy's in on a Puppy straight away. They're going to be able to get in with the Vortex and the Burst. They take down Nisha the once. It's going to be a buyback straight away from Puppy. Zai, is he able to chase him for anything? He's not going to. So they lose the Aegis.
Again.
They have to use a buyback. Mickey charging straight for Nisha. The Secret keep the distance. I mean, that was very close.
Very nice assassination.
But it was 10 seconds away there from even losing Nisha there. So that was the final moments of the Aegis that did protect him.
Secret still, they're giving a lot of respect to that chase forward. It's BKB from the IO, just a bit too much for them to jump into. As I mean, without Rolling Thunder, they have to be a little hesitant, Zai, waiting for an opportunity perhaps over here. They are split up from their team.
And Zai's trying to chase in. Puppy coming in with the wraparound. He has got the grip ready to go.
Mickey's so fast though with this creep.
And he's turning back in on them a little bit.
They're starting to, the spirits are starting to hurt. They're swinging over with the Slardar.
I mean, Matu, he's coming in from the river as well. Zai, he's swashbuckled in for this. Nisha is going to zip in onto Mickey. Mickey pots the BKB, wants to fight this. Secret, they're backing off box. He's able to get in with the crush on Nisha, but now Matu ready to turn with the Eclipse. Moving in over towards Instania, but Instania's got the borrowed time going. Zai trying to chase down with the Rolling Thunder. He'll come back to look to take down Instania first. As Instania will get the shield off, it won't save him. Instania goes down. Buyback straight away. Matu, he's out of mana, he's out of health. Matu's going to go down. Yapzor, he's able to get the fear onto Mickey, sending Mickey back. As now, Secret, can they get back in on this? Or is it just a case of trying to get out of there? As Puppy, he's split from the team. Quake and Tiger, they're heading his way. And he's got no TP here either, Puppy. He's looking pretty dead. Mickey coming in with the relocate as he brings in Quafer straight on top of Puppy as they'll catch Bane on the way out. And now, and they did have to use the buyback from Insania, but the kills that they got there have pretty much leveled this game flat. As you can see, 11-8, less than 1k in it. Liquid closing that lead that Secret did have.
They're also speedy, especially in that river there. Slardar darts away because of his fast movement speed. Tethered IO with the movement speed creep, also applying the movement speed to all of his teammates. They just, Eclipse is used, Rolling Thunder's used. They've run away and reset the fight and then re-go perfectly.
Yeah.
That's very nicely done. Get themselves now with a small gold lead and a 5,000 experience lead.
And as we're seeing, with the BKB on Mickey, he's pretty much invincible. They can't kill this IO through the BKB.
Yeah. And it's just so speedy as well. He's literally just zooming in and he's doing a lot of damage because of the spirit range that he got. It's a little bit tough for Matu. As soon as his BKB goes down in the fights, he's food as they can collapse on him. And
there we go. Liquid out in the hunt. Bo3 leading the way. Who's he gonna find? Zai. He's gotta be careful. They're smoked up themselves. Smoke will dispel. Bo3 straight in. He's able to get the crush on the Zai, but Zai's still able to swashbuckle out to the side. Quaker with a big zip takes out Puppy immediately, but the fear comes down from Yapso. It's in onto Bo3 and onto Mickey. They get the 2 kills there as Yapso sets it up perfectly. Insania is going to try and hide and get himself out of there, but he cannot. A beam comes crashing down, puts a stop to the TP. A Secret will turn things around there. Look to be a bold move from Bo3, jumping in, getting the crush onto Zai. But at any time they're fighting around these closed areas, Yapsor's going to be looking for that perfect opportunity to send them straight back.
Mickey did not pop the BKB. He just gets feared into a chain stun from the Rolling Thunder in the midst of everything, and that's where Secret can thrive. They do have a lot of damage if they can actually control this IO and stick on him.
Let's look at this again.
As we see it again.
Boom, straight down from Yapsor and into the Brambles, the Rolling Thunder. No chance for any hero that gets caught by that combo.
And look at this, Roche respawns at a very decent time for Secret again. They'll be able to kill it before the IO is back in play. And now Nisha has hit the power spike. So he's gonna probably hit level 18 or just about 18 off of this Roche kill. He will. So now he's got his level 3 morph, and he's got the talent for the 16 seconds. So he'll be Willow in most of these fights, and his damage is gonna be crazy if he's not controlled.
Back up to a 3k lead here for Secret. And yeah, not only the Ags Nisha, but also the original, the Ags Willow. Yep, so he's got it good to go.
Oh, he's got it done as well, yeah.
He's got it done.
So 2 games now we've seen him do it.
Just rushing that Ags.
This game.
I mean, it worked last time.
Last game, it felt like he'd go anything, but
well, yeah, it was a pretty rough game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
For whoever. Who was it against Secret in that game?
I think it was against Nigma.
I think it was Nigma, wasn't it? Yeah.
Bo3, he spotted. They actually found him in the tree line.
All right, well, Bo3 down, Secret. And what do they want to push on for now? Liquid trying to do their best to cut some of these waves. Quaker dealing with the top. And he has got the TP
I think they
ready
can
back
start to poke.
defend.
They can start to threaten a little bit and force some reaction back at the very least. Nisha with this long-range attack. Same thing with Yapsor. The Willow sisters.
He's not quite got the BKB yet on Quaker. How close is he? Not quite there. So ideally for Liquid, they're not going to want to get stuck in until he has that done. It's just too many things to really sort of trip him up after he's initiated. If he's trying to come straight into the team fight.
Into like Eclipse, into Pango, and you don't have BKB on 2 of your cores, the fights are gonna feel just very difficult.
He might have to pop his BKB, and he has to. The damage, as you started to see there, coming in from Nisha from the Shadow Realm. Yeah,
double realm just beating him.
Some huge punches from Nisha. I mean, if Secret keep can sort of continue to just keep poking these BKB charges out of Mickey, it's going to really weaken his potential in these team fights.
Yeah, they're all committing for spell damage.
And
Bo3 bought pretty much a full Ags.
He's tried to come back out, but Secret, they're able to sweep back up here and start to set up onto him. Zai opens up immediately onto him, and as soon as Boxy's back out into the game and into a lane, Secret take him out again.
More space for them to farm and to look for any of the opportunities to kill these heroes. Koikfa, he's desperately trying to find a location to finish this BKB. Yapsor's already set up and gets the fear.
He does. He gets the opening again. I mean, Yapsor's fears have caused such an issue this game for some of Liquid's cores. It's just perfectly done there from the fog. He wasn't prepared for Yapsor to just be sitting around that mid lane like that.
And so many times I feel like I see you players pump fake this Willow hold. Both times Yapsor didn't pump fake at all. Just lands it. The most ideal time is at 40 seconds. No Storm Nisha. Getting some information with the Willows. The Willow Brambles. Backdoor kicks in for a sec. Oh, Puppy has a Mac. Okay. I don't know when he farmed that, but they are slowing down the push here. These spirits, pretty obnoxious. And it will buy time for Koikfa to respawn, but still a bit of time till he has BKB and Boxy a very far ways away. So his team fight, the team fights overall for Liquid just are looking incredibly hard. They're just into way more natural team fight from the side of Secret, and they just need these BKBs to deal with it. But even then, just feels like they're lacking quite a bit. As everything is really kicking together for Secret.
And it just feels that for Liquid, there's so much that they've got to jump, and it feels like they don't have enough jump. You know what I mean? It's sure Boxy, Koikfa, they have ways to get in, but you got to have someone dealing with this morph. You got to have someone getting onto these supports. But Puppy and Yapsor being a huge nuisance. Yapsor in particular. If you don't get someone on top of this Dark Willow, Yapsor will dictate when the fight comes to an end.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels like Taiga, honestly. It feels like he has to steal like Rolling Thunder or Eclipse or the Fear from the Willow. They need some type of team fighting ability for their team because it just feels just way too hard.
They don't have team fight. You're right.
They have none.
Liquid don't have a single bit of team fight.
Yeah. And all of Secrets, like we said, everything has come together for them. Aghanim's also on the Luna. As the hardest finished on Mickey, he's a lot tankier. But I'm still feeling like they're gonna lack some damage and just lack a lot of different things inside of these full-out engagements. Just eyes on Taiga really. It's gonna be him. The only way that they can win any of these fights, unless it's a big mistake from Secret. We'll see though. As Koikfa, he has BKB done. Looks like they're feeling a little bit more powerful here, but it still is into a very strong Secret, who has I believe cheese on Matu.
Yeah, they've still got it for the push.
See if they can get a good grab. Nisha.
Oh.
Maybe they can go for him here.
See if they can get the jump. Boxy is in with the opening. Have they got the damage to take down Nisha in time? He's getting stunned, but he's able to get out. Pop the BKB. Nisha now stepping away. They're trying to chase him, but he just turns, stands his ground, starts beating into Koikfa. Koikfa's got to run, but Zai's in with the Rolling Thunder onto Koikfa. Koikfa down for 70. As now they'll turn their attentions over towards Mickey. Eclipse ready to go. They've got the damage firing down onto Mickey's IO as Mickey is trying to escape. Tiger does come in with a stolen Eclipse. It's enough to bring down Puppy. Maybe Matu as well. He gets another. Zai does finish off Mickey though. Tiger will still fall as Yapsor, he's in with the cleanup. Triple kill for the Willow. As it was a cute steal from Tiger grabbing the Eclipse, it wasn't enough to turn the fight as much as Liquid needed. They get Matumba Man, but it's still Secret overall cleaning up big time.
Zai with the timing for his Rolling Thunder. He waits till the BKB ticks just a little long. He jumps in, he gets on top of the IO, gets on top of the Slaughter, crashing through all of them. And Nisha, he got the Strength Morph off. Before they got the initial jump, he did get that Morph, turns and gets his BKB off, and then all of Secret can reset and get their spells. Such quick reactions.
Now into the base, 40 seconds, no buyback on Mickey. He's not going to be here for this defense. See how hard Secret want to push it here. Still under, I should say, no real pressure to do so. You know, Secret's lineup that they are happy to sit back and take the safer route. It doesn't feel like there's any rush with their heroes.
No, they just ruined, like, Boxy's game is now over, right? They know that. He's 0-7-7. He buys back when he's on his way toward his BKB. This man may never get the BKB because of that now.
And you like this as well?
Nisha,
Yeah.
Mage Slayer, yeah, I
Mage
figured
Slayer.
you'd just point that out. Yep.
I mean, it's, you know, a whole lot of agi, a whole lot of damage, and we're seeing already, you know, that the damage output from Liquid, it is lacking. I mean, you get a hit onto, I hear, you know, such as the Storm, who's so reliant on the spell damage to do the damage, and suddenly they're struggling even more to actually kill anyone. Even if there's a big steal from Tiger, he gets the clips, he gets hit by this Mage Slayer, and suddenly it's just not a threat to you.
And you can apply it to almost everybody. If he turns into Willow, you can just peep, hit each target once. A little hard, obviously, but he could do it theoretically.
Absolutely. No,
and it does just give him 20% magic resist flat.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really strong versus the Liquid team anyway.
No, a very value item to have in his inventory, just to sort of fill the slot up and make sure that the lead that he's at continues to be felt. 7-1-6, and a pretty clean game here, Nisha.
Boxy's been giving some space now. They're giving him all the farm on the map to finish this BKB, and he's very close to it. So at least he'll have a tool to be able to match some of that Rolling Thunder aggression, as he can actually stay in the middle of the fight with this. He's very close to finishing it, and they will have, yeah, the triple BKBs. So we'll see what they can do with that, as they are quite a big deficit now, and we're seeing the next item is already being prepared for Secret, where, you know, those BKBs are coming out. Matu now is pretty much has Butterfly done, so more physical damage. He's going for a mixed build. And Zai's having fun.
Zai, ever musical one here. Beautiful.
Nisha has DD in the bottle.
Oh, hang on, Insania. Are they gonna be able to do anything to bail him out? Well, looks like Secret don't want to go chasing down Insania right now. They don't have the greatest vision over there.
And the Butterfly gets delivered to Matu. Looks like they're going to back up and look for a smoke play, as the bounty runes are coming out in about 10 seconds. Liquid also smoking.
I'll see if they can get the
This
jump.
is going to be a tough clash for Liquid.
It's hard for Liquid, yeah. Each time we've seen, you know, they're able to make the jump, but not always able to take down the hero before Secret
The courier.
back.
Zai sends his courier to scout.
Oh, that's a good jump though. Boxy's in onto the two supports with the crush. He takes down two of them. That's pretty much the best way Liquid could hope to start a fight right now. Immediately eliminating the two supports. Can they do anything more with it though? So they're going to back away. It was a clean two kills, but still, yeah, without any information on the high ground, that they don't want to go blindly chasing the cause quite yet.
2 BKBs on cooldown as well. These are the 3 risky ones where you don't have your BKBs up that you will just die. So they actually have to back away.
Well,
and he's actually just there. Nisha is going to find Boxy.
Oh my goodness. I mean that, you know, if your BKB's on cooldown, you're dead. You are dead to this morph.
That's what you get for taking his outpost. Matu setting up for quick, but he has the Eclipse. Doesn't get the initial Lucid.
I mean, that was a little ambitious there from Matthew. I don't know if he's hoping sort of the Quake for Zaki was broken or something.
Maybe he thought he was 25 and he had the Lucent Beam mini stun, the Eclipse mini stun.
You know, he was just sending a message.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Hey, make Quake for zip back to base. You know, he's got to refuel. It's making space. Look at this. There we go.
I mean, a refresher card, so he's got it for the next fight anyway.
Yeah, Quake was terrified. He's like, my goodness, they're going on me.
Oh, Tiger with the Bedlam. Almost gets Yapstor there. Nice attempt. Now into Aegis, into Cheese, into Refresher Shard. Another hard fight for them. But if they can find the supports again like that, they can at least put themselves on a decent spot for the fight. Nisha and Matu just walking in.
I think you better run if you're Liquid. This is a very terrifying Morphling.
So we do also have Mikke hitting 25 now. So he has the talent, the attack tethered allies target.
No crazy hero though to go with, right?
No, but I actually want to see Koifa pick up his Ag Shard. I want to see the Electric Rave with the attack tethered allies and just see these crazy Overlord charges
That's
and
true.
stuff like that.
That's going to be extra.
I think it has some small potential. It's usually you want to wait for your 25 on the Storm to be able to go for that, but I feel like they just need anything they can get, so maybe it's an option for Koifa. Just to enable Mickey a bit. Koifa?
I mean, he can't do anything down here. He can't.
Zai?
Did they see
Zai
him?
knows.
Wait, how does he
What?
know? Did they catch a glimpse of him through the trees? Or did he could smell him? How did he know?
Did the Remnant expiring reveal something to them there?
It must have been right. That was.
It?
I mean, I know Zai's a pretty good gamer, but he just knew. I mean, they must have caught something there to go in straight away like Zai did there. That was. I mean, Koifa weren't expecting that at all. I think.
They must have caught. I mean, they had to have seen him. So I don't know.
Maybe the sort of the expiration of the Remnant.
That's what I was thinking.
Caused like a bit
That's
of
the
a.
only thing that I can think.
Because other than that,
As
no,
in the
yeah,
game?
he was hidden behind the trees.
Yeah. And in the game, they
Oh.
find Taiga now
Wow.
split pushing. So now 2 heroes dead. Some really crazy map awareness this game from both sides. The last game in particular from Liquid with the Wolves scouting and just their overall map control, but that one, all right, Zai, Jesus.
No, Koifa was very much caught by surprise by that. As they're going in. They're going to have the Eclipse drop down. Forces out Insanity's borrowed time, forces them back. As they start beating into the tower, they'll get the fortification out of Liquid.
Mika's constant AoE damage is annoying now. He has the Stormcrafter with his, with his spirits. He's just doing a lot of damage just all around him in a way. Secret's damage is much more explosive as Nisha's just always fishing for targets.
It's Koifa.
Jump.
He's going in with the big zip. They try and go for Nisha, but no follow-up there to Boxy's poke. As they've got to sit back and let this Rax go. Range Rax gone. Matu popping the BKB here to commit. Follow the melee Rax as well. They'll start going on to Boxy. He's got to put the BKB and run. They don't quite finish the melee Rax. They're going to get the jump on Nisha. Nisha gets caught out. He's getting low, but the Fear pushing them back, giving space for Nisha to shift into strength. As Nisha will be kept fine. As they're able to get that Morphling out there, protect that Aegis for another push. Liquid are going to try and
smoke out and chase this though.
Boxy, can he get the jump? As he's in, onto Nisha, can they take him down the once they can? That's the Aegis gone. Eclipse coming down, but these two rather tanky. They're able to wear it out, get off to the side. Matu moving in with the wraparound with that second BKB as Mickey pots the BKB himself. The Stolen Fear pushing back
Stolen
side,
Fear.
but Matu and Nisha, they're still in on the front lines. Beating into Mickey and Boxy as Liquid, they've got to split. They've got to get out of there. Tiger will get left behind. The rest of Liquid able to get to a safe distance. I said that though, Boxy, he wants to go back in. He jumps straight in again onto Nisha, but again, Nisha's got too much strength for them to burst through. Koifa's in, but Koifa's out of mana.
Now Koifa.
He's
Oh,
dead.
no.
He's out for 80 seconds. He has got a buyback. But again, Liquid making the call there to try and jump back in and burst through Nisha a second time, but not nearly enough damage to bring down that morph before reaction came into play.
Now Mickey is stunned. Will connect. The shield's going to be there.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
And they got what they came for here. Melee Rax taken out. Secret now 20k ahead. As they're ready to swing round towards the bottom. 2 waves pushing in towards the base of Liquid.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a bit of a boxy.
Nice
Whoa.
Manta.
Very nice man to dodge there from Matu and Mamat.
And now Mickey.
And they've got the roots out. There's a lot of damage coming in. He's able to break away with the Stormcrafter. And now the buyback comes into play from Koifa. They zip forward. Boxy trying to get the opening. They're in on the puppy. They'll be able to take down the Bay, but Boxy's out. He'll go down. Zai's in with the Rolling Thunder. Mickey's BKB comes to an end. Zai's able to hold in position against the wall here with the stuns of the Rolling Thunder. A buyback from Boxy. They do have buyback available on Mickey, but Boxy, he pulled back and dies immediately as Boxy's out. Instania's borrowed time soon to come to an end as Zai's able to catch him with the swashbuckle, take him out as well. The stuns into the detection from the sentry. Mickey able to get back into the fountain. They do grab Zai to the side. They're pulling him in with the vortex. Zai's going to get pulled into the fountain. As Zai will die here. Liquid able to find something, but they lost the 2 sets of racks, and the rest of Secret are able to get out unharmed.
Look at the gold injection for Secret. Everyone has another item plus and another on top. 6,000, 7,000, everyone absolutely rich. And these fights, yeah, they're so hard. Boxy, as soon as those BKBs are down, they just all immediately start dying to all this AoE control, brambles all over the place, Nisha's damage going crazy, and Matu as well. They really have this no team fight, and you're just seeing it glaring every single time that Secret does look to just jump in and battle them. They have these little bits of poke damage and little bits of single target damage if they can catch one hero out in front, but there's no overall AoE damage. Secret just has way more of it and just way more farm now. And this Morphling is an absolute beast. This Mage Slayer build actually working pretty nice. Just the magic resistance a couple of times now, really seeing the impact of it.
It's going to be so tanky as well. Now adding on top of that, this Satanic that he's got completed.
Yep.
Daedalus on
Daedalus
Matu.
also from Matu. Yeah, they're just...
Leveler.
So many items.
At least for Liquid, but I say that, they don't really have the best hero to make use of that attack speed. What we're seeing from Mickey, he's dreaming at the Rapier.
Okay. They just need it. They have no damage, and they're just lacking so many things. Koikfa just underfarmed significantly at this point. Almost getting surpassed by the supports. Secret can do like kind of anything they want. A 30,000 gold lead, full map control, Roshan 30 seconds. And they have actually just a sentry in the base. I thought it was an obs ward for a second. But they're just going to smoke right down to mid with all these new, fresh, juicy items.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, Liquid's coming out of the base. Liquid, they're going to get the jump here onto Matu Man. They open up with a crush.
Tanky.
Have they got enough to chain lock him down, though? It doesn't look like they do, as Matu's able to pop the BKB. The fear will go down onto Mickey, but no, they're able to keep it safe. The sleep actually allows him to pop the BKB as Mickey's trying to stand his ground. Koikfa's up on the cliff. Mickey's just taking too much damage here from Matu and Nisha, as Mickey's down for good, out of the game for 2 minutes. They'll get Tiger as well here. As Secret, they just pick them apart one by one. 3 dead on Liquid. it's game over. GG is called, as Secret will take this game too.